Are we live?
We're live, baby. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Efren, for being here.
Thanks for the invite. Yeah,
Man of the hour.
Special guest.
Very special. Known on the streets as the man with the plan and the special hair.
The best looking builder, I think, in the RGB.
By far.
Those are lies, obviously. Look at who I'm surrounded with.
Oh, come on.
El
Come
Güero and the golfing.
I come in I'm in the top 50.
We're not doing too bad. We're not not too bad. But no, we want to say thank you here to Nana's Restaurant in Westaco.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having us here to the
actually have
podcast.
the owner here.
Yeah, we do. And they've opened their doors for us to come in here and set up. And Efren actually had this door open for us. So thank you once again, sir, for having us here.
You got a
Thank you
second?
very
Can you
much,
sit
Mr.
down?
Come
Can
on
you
in.
sit down with us? Un poquito.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
5 a 10 minutos.
Put on the headphones and tap in.
We don't bite.
Ya que se peinó y todo, pues hay que lograr. Que casi nunca sucede.
Qué bonito huele. A pura fajita.
Sí, bienvenidos a su casa.
You can
Gracias.
you can put the headphones on. Can you hear us?
Sí,
We're good to go?
perfectamente.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Primeramente, gracias por darnos la oportunidad de estar aquí en su restaurante, de abrirnos nuestras puertas para hacer este podcast aquí en vivo.
Están en su casa, es un verdadero privilegio tenerlos y bueno, ahí mi inglés no es muy fluido.
That's okay.
Como decimos en mi pueblo, it's like a cactus English. Es el inglés no palero, pero pues estamos en el valle y aquí le entramos a los dos.
Well, the good thing is here in the valley we can go back and forth.
No
Yeah.
big deal.
It's
No
no big
como dicen, no pasa nada.
Puro Tex-Mex.
Como quiera nos comunicamos.
Sí, eso es que es correcto. Aquí estamos y a sus órdenes.
For the
Bienvenido.
people that don't know your name, what is your name, sir?
My name is Alfredo Treviño, and then I represent Nana's. It's like a family business,
Awesome.
and it's about proud for that.
Nice.
How long have you guys been in business?
Well, we start January 10, 2010,
Okay.
11 o'clock in the morning, just in this area.
I was
little
about to
section
say,
here.
yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
because in the past it's the storage. And that's just a little storage, but I remote with a couple guys more, and then we live back in this same property. We have our house, and nothing. We start with the 7 tables.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law have a business restaurant in Mexico in this time, and he borrowed the table, the Coca-Cola. I can say the brand, right?
Okay.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
for sure.
The plastic tables, and just 7 tables, and we start the history in Nanas. Yes.
Wow. And this
That's awesome.
this same location though.
Same location.
I do
yes.
remember coming, and the main doors were here.
Yeah, it's right there.
The
Right
main door
there.
was
Yes,
here.
yes,
You'd
sir.
walk in. This was the entire
This was all
area.
of it.
Yes.
Right.
This
For everybody that
is-
can't see, this is like 16 by 25.
Yep.
Yeah, just a small place. We
Yeah.
expanded just the kitchen and then take just a little surface the room, but eventually that is the place that we start the business with the
Yeah.
7 slot the caliche.
Yeah.
We have
Wow.
a seven slot the caliche.
The parking area was just
Yeah,
right
it's
here.
right there. Yeah,
it's
the
just right
people that come the car, very easy to entrance.
Very
The
cool.
little
Wow.
fonda, like a fonda mexicana, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you guys remodeled this. It didn't look
Yes.
like this initially.
No. It's
At all.
it's like a house, like a storage.
Okay.
The wood, you know, with the tine roof. You
Yeah.
know,
It was a
and-
house that they
and-
converted into a restaurant.
Yes, and very rustic sign. I mean,
Wow.
in fact, we put like they have a holds, and we
Yeah.
use like a piece of old jeans and cut pieces with asphalt, and we covered.
With
Yeah,
jeans?
it's very
Interesting.
very hard work. But I mean, right now I remember, and I feel so proud of that.
Yep.
For sure.
I am so
That
happy
is-
that.
Yes, sir.
Humble
Very
beginnings.
nice to start in these conditions because you stay down,
Yeah.
and the rest is up. You know.
Yes,
And,
sir.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah, that's
beautiful.
really good.
That is beautiful.
For people can't really see, but it is a house. Like Efren was mentioning, that you guys have converted into now the entire house is is the restaurant.
Yeah. In 2013, we sent my daughter to College Station, Texas A&M, to make like a career in the architecture.
Yeah, very cool.
And then when she come back to help, usually they are helping in the summers, in the winters, in the vacations. They help it to the like a waiters. And when they say that we need to expand in the place because we have a lot of customers and we lost a lot of business because the people said, hey, it's
too packed.
Too small.
Yeah, just very small, and every time it's full, And they said, I think we need to make like we need to expand in the business, but in the house. It's in the house, yes. Yeah, you need to try to find the rent a house. We need to move it, and we keep all the walls, and we make a layout, and we are remote everything. And we need to make a concept different, like a really, really Mexican.
Yeah.
And little by little, like ants, because the problem, like when you start, the little trouble is the money. And we don't want nothing with the banks because we have a trouble. And little by little, like an ant, every day we add something. We put like a newspaper in the windows, and we are remote. I remember some winter Texas, they go to they try to see inside. Hey, what did you do? Then, hey, wait a minute, give us a break, give us a break. And little by little, one day like a TV program that moved the bus. We say we move the fence.
Move that fence.
And when the customer look the place, they say, "Wow, it's really nice." And they say, "Can you rent for a party?" They say, "Sorry, it's our business. I mean, we can combine like a social room for party rooms, like a business." And then my daughter said, "Hey, Dad, the last taqueria we don't take like a storage. We need to make like a little party room." And this, if we compare that,
Yep.
That's awesome.
little by little,
I
every
do
time the
remember, yeah.
patios and add like a fountains, and we are decor everything. And
We've been
finally
coming over the years, and little by little, we've seen the change.
Yeah,
I mean, you're still adding to it as we speak.
Yeah,
right?
it's explained Efrain. It's part of the philosophy. The water need to move it. The creek need to move it.
Yes,
I
sir.
remember we had that conversation yesterday, and I really liked that quote that you told me was, "A river that stops flowing dries out," right?
Yes,
So the
yes.
idea is that you have to keep renovating, you have to keep, reshaping what you're doing and adding, and maybe deleting. If this is not working, delete it.
Yeah.
And if it's working,
Yes,
it's,
and in fact, when you have a low time, it's time to move it, to change, to create new things.
Yeah.
This is the time exactly. It's not a time for a comfort zone. The comfort zone is so dangerous. In the comfort zones, all business, you can lose the business. No.
Yep.
In the low season, like right now, it's a low season. The winter Texas, they don't stay with us. Well, this is the time to build, to remote, to move it. When they are coming in ground economy, you stay ready.
you're already
Right.
Yeah.
You
Right.
take the top, I don't know what you say in English, la ola,
Sí.
la cresta de la ola.
The crest, yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And
That's a
you
great
can,
way.
You can take that into any business almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a cool philosophy.
yes, it's like and another thing is, obviously you need to calculate a lot your movements. You need to think one time, another time, and you need to ask. And we have a lot of advantages because the family it's a team, and then the criteria is diverse. And every part of my family have an opinion, and then we are make a good team.
So it's a family business.
Yes, sir.
Family
It's a
business.
family business.
Consistent, right?
Wow,
With every podcast
right?
we've had.
We've
So
we
cool.
This is the 14th podcast, and in almost every podcast, maybe 2 out of the 14 that we've had, everything's been family. Everything, and
Yeah.
that has something to look into because it looks
Because these businesses are successful, right?
Exactly.
And they're doing well,
Yeah.
and they're doing it together with family, which is really cool.
It's
man.
amazing.
Yeah.
In the last year, that just this situation gave us the opportunity. The Good Morning America visit our place, and then we won like a first place in the October with the Hispanic heritage in,
That's awesome.
in America. And they make like a transmission. They are bringing with the cameras, and they send the signal, the TV to New York and New York to all America.
On
Yeah.
Good Morning America.
Good Morning America,
massive.
yes.
When was that?
Yeah,
Worldwide
it's in
exposure.
October, the last October.
This past October?
Yeah, past
Oh,
October.
yeah.
You can check in YouTube, Nanas, and Good Morning America.
Yeah.
And we won like a contest.
Tito's.
Right here. Sorry.
Thank you, sir.
Team.
Yes, yes, and we make like we won the a contest. The Siete Foods family, they make a contest. It's like a Hispanic company too. They have a foundation and they give awards every October to motivate the Hispanic community, you know, and they look at our history, they love it, and well, I am so proud of that.
Yeah,
That's good.
You should be
Congratulations.
proud, man.
Very
Yes.
proud.
And,
Very proud.
And I told you, do you remember who is the exactly planned the nanas, the successful nanas? God is the real owner of everything, and we are just employees.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I
sir.
agree to that 100%.
Amen.
That's amazing. That is
You
amazing.
know, we that podcast that we had with Xavi and Dan, we talked about that, right? You constantly have to be reinventing yourself.
Yes.
You got to be adjusting because if you don't adjust, right, you got the river dries out, and that goes for everybody, from Nanas to Gomez 3 to domain development. Any business, you got to constantly be staying ahead of that curve to stay alive.
That's
The drive has to exist always
yeah.
if you're going to be an entrepreneur.
Yep.
Comfort zone is a killer.
zone,
It's
yep.
and it's so dangerous.
And it's
let me
very easy to get comfortable.
Yes.
It's very easy.
It's
yeah.
nice, but be careful.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? But it's also fun, man, to constantly be reinventing yourself and coming up with new things and stuff to do for your business, right? It keeps things exciting and you know, fun, which is cool.
Pues muchas gracias, Mr.
No.
Treviño.
Thank you for your
It's a
hospitality.
privilege to serve you. Hopefully, join us with more frequently. It's your house. If you want to make more podcasts, this is your
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yes.
Hey, you guys have live events during the week and on the weekends, right?
Yeah, every
Out
week.
in the courtyard.
Yes, we have in the courtyards. We have a live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Nice.
What kind of
Wednesday-
music do you have?
Good question. Wednesday we have Trio Mexicano.
Oh,
It's 3 guitars. It's amazing. Well, in our social media, Nanas
Is
Taqueria,
that where I can find you?
you can
Yeah.
you can check. Yes, we say one Wednesday. It's a romantic
Ay, no
night.
le mandé un mensaje a Emiliano. Tenemos aquí a Emiliano Zapata. Porque mi papá cumplió años anoche.
Oh,
really?
86 años cumplió mi papá.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, my pop.
congratulations! on
Yes,
that,
man. Thank you.
And a Tuesday and Friday we have mariachi night. It's a different mariachi, and it's a part of the idea. You know,
Yeah.
we don't want to sell tacos. We want to sell the experience. You know, a complete experience.
Yeah.
It's you know, the margarita, good time, atmosphere, family, architecture, food, tacos, and you know, handcraft. This is part of the
He was looking for a place to go dance, right? And so
Yes.
and where they have music, and the trio would be right up his alley.
Oh yeah.
That's what days, so I can let him know.
It's Wednesday. Wednesday
Wednesdays.
the trios. Thursday and Friday
today.
mariachis.
Thursday and Friday mariachis.
Usually, once a month we have flamenco night,
Wow.
dancers and Saturdays, and we have bachata night too, and folklore dance night. We are make a schedule
Yeah.
different time.
If we want to
But,
check the schedule, do we go to social media?
Yeah,
or-
social media,
Okay.
Facebook or Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, you can find in Nanas Taqueria and.
Nanas
That's so
Taqueria.
And everybody is welcome.
You were here on Saturday, you said,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody that hasn't been here, you definitely have to come check it out. You definitely have to come. The food is amazing. I think the food speaks for itself. And the hacienda style is also another level.
No, thank you. Well, it's your house, and hopefully see you again all time. Feel
Yes,
in your
sir.
house all time.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much,
sir.
Mr.
Thank you
Yes,
for the
sir.
privilege to stay with us.
Yes,
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
it.
Thank you. And that's,
So I
that's
think we
awesome.
hear kind of a common theme, right? When it comes to business. Muchas gracias, Mr. Treviño.
Gracias.
It is. It's
right.
right?
Comfort
something-
zone, renovating. You always got to keep
And the family, you know.
I really love that we're putting that in a spotlight, the whole family thing, man.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people are afraid to get into business with family, and it's been very consistent with us. Like,
Yes, sir.
everybody's doing family business.
Yeah, and I think that it's something to take note of.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I myself, I didn't grow up close to family. You know, my family's my immediate family. So to see that in a lot of success, it's opened my eyes.
It's been successful in every company that we've interviewed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of builders that have a lot of their family members
Yeah.
part of it, right?
It's because you work so hard, bro. You know, you work so hard, and what are you going to do? You can't take it
How
with
do you
you.
keep if you're working hard, right? If you got this dream to build a business, and let's face it, right? The United States is one of the best places in the world to be an entrepreneur. If you're gonna, and everybody knows that if you're gonna start a business, you're gonna invest a shit ton of time.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of time.
And if you're gonna invest that kind of time, well, sometimes you don't leave room for other things that are important, like family.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it with family,
You get the best of both worlds.
you just get the best of both worlds,
Yeah.
right? And so, man, it's really cool. It's really cool to see.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Efrain, how long have you been in business, brother?
You're a builder, right?
I consider myself. Some may disagree, but
Some think I'm just a pretty boy on the
Efrain, I
magazine.
think, is probably one of the best builders right now in the valley.
Top tier.
So I launched on my own back in 2016. It was one of those where, I don't know, by a lot of people that I've talked to, once you start to venture on your own, there's a little bit of a fear, right? There's a little bit of what if, what if it,
It's
I
a
invest
risk.
all this time and it doesn't work out and I don't get jobs and it's I'm having to do stuff on my own, bring business for myself. So in 2016, I developed my LLC, started doing that, and there's kind of a backstory behind me getting back into it. So 2016 is when I launched Gomez 3 Construction on my own.
Yeah.
Right? My trajectory starts back in high school. So as a junior and a senior in high school, I was part of the drafting club. They voted me the president of the drafting club.
Nice.
And I actually called my professor. He's unfortunately out of town, but a lot of my inspiration for wanting to get into the business was Mr. Armando Vasquez. He's from Donna, so big shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Vasquez.
We keep in touch pretty regularly, actually. Over the years, we've kind of kept touch. He's a
That's
really
beautiful.
cool guy, yeah. He's been a really good mentor to me. So we did the drafting club. I originally wanted to become an architect, but, there wasn't a local school, the money, we come from humble beginnings and, we just didn't have the funding or really the knowledge. I mean, I'm first generation, U.S. citizen. My parents are from Reynosa.
Yeah.
They grew up there. They have, a little bit of schooling. So they know the value of hard work, show up to work, do the best you can, save up some money, try to do the best. And that's what they brought to the table with me and my business was just a solid work ethic and really trying to do things for the right reasons. So,
Right.
So that's where that comes from. So it started in high school. I did drafting and I just kind of fell in love with it. I really, I would pick up odd jobs as a high school student. Hey, I need a design for this, and I'd help, a family design their little house. Mm-hmm. So I did that as a side gig, and then I got my associate's degree at TFCC in Harlingen in drafting. And once I graduated from that, again, I kind of did some side jobs, drafting plans and that kind of stuff. And I mean, I remember starting, in the morning, and I'd just zone out.
Yeah, we've
And
talked about this.
I think we talked about that, right? I mean, I just zone out, and next thing you know, it's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm
when
like,
you're
holy
doing
crap,
something that you really like to do,
Yeah.
and you get in the zone, right, and you get into it, man, you'll be there
Dude, yeah.
hours.
Hours and hours, and it was just the clicking of the keyboard, and I put on music, and I just zone out.
Yeah.
And it's like 3 a.m., and I got to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And, make sure I save all my
Yeah.
information and go to sleep.
Speaking of, have you ever designed something,
Yes,
gotten so
I
far
know
ahead,
where you're going, yeah.
and then it crashes?
It crashes, it freezes, and it's like,
Yeah.
hours of work. And
Hours.
Go back.
Yeah.
Gotta go back. So that's where that started, and I got my degree in drafting and design from TSTC. And then I remember, I mean, back then there was newspaper ads, and there wasn't social media, there wasn't Facebook, and there wasn't, all this other stuff. So I started looking around, like, I'm looking for work. A lot of the work that was in drafting was, you got to go to Houston. Okay. You got to go work in, these firms that, design bolts, and that really wasn't interesting me. I wanted to do architecture. So I saw an ad, and somebody needed help with drafting, and I called them up. And I remember having this interview, and we had a very similar conversation.
This was 2000.
This is 2003-ish, 4.
Wow.
Yeah. So 2003,
Same
2004,
time,
and Zapata Construction looking for a drafter and designer.
Oh, how funny! We actually have the guy here, right?
Yeah. So then that translated into, okay, well, I'm not going to become an architect. That dream for me was, was kind of a far-fetched at the time, right?
Yeah.
So let me see what I can do here locally. Put in an application, put in a resume. Had an interview with Mr. Emiliano, which, if you can join us,
on,
so I invited Mr. Emiliano because
can you please put the taco down?
I wish we could get the shoes on the podcast.
No dejaron ni acabar de
Look at
comer.
the shoes.
I petition that we get more cameras on this podcast, man. We really need to show off these shoes.
Show up every angle.
Yeah, we had a welcome, Mr. Emiliano Zapata.
Yes.
Thank you for having me, guys.
So
Yes, sir.
part of my trajectory has been, I come from a family that I can't recall anybody that owns or runs a business, or anybody that's in construction, anybody that's doing anything remotely related to construction. So for me, a lot of it was brand new.
Yeah.
It was just
You're
with
you're
the dream.
pioneering this
It
in
was
your
just me with a
family.
dream of doing architecture,
Yeah.
getting into construction, right? So where do I start? I mean, get on the newspaper.
Yeah.
I had and then I had an interview with Mr. Emiliano. We talked for a little bit.
newspaper. The newspaper, bro.
It was on the
Does that
newspaper,
even
right?
exist
It
anymore?
was probably in the newspaper.
Yeah.
right?
Do
It
you
was the
even
monitor.
hold it anymore?
It was a monitor.
It was a monitor, yeah.
The monitor.
Yeah.
And back then, we have the magazine, the real estate source,
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
owned
that.
by Mr. Bielma.
The source, yeah.
Yeah, the source. And you have only one day to put your houses on the monitor on Sundays. That's it. They
That
don't
was your
allow you-
marketing.
It was the marketing. So every single builder, every single house that wanted to go for sale, it has to be on Sunday in a special ad in middle. Wow. You're laughing because you don't know what
No,
we're talking about.
I'm
y bien
laughing,
chiflados,
God,
bien chiflados todos ahorita, because you can put a post
At any time.
on Facebook.
Y llegábamos
like
a
that.
caballo, ¿no?
Tenían caballo. Yeah, we couldn't afford a caballo.
No, but it was very funny because it was only one day a week. I remember back to in the subdivisions that we were working, it was a plantations out in Far. They
Oh,
only
yeah.
allow you to have a real estate sign once a month.
What?
The first Sunday of the month. That was the only time that you were allowed to put your for sale sign and then remove it by 5 o'clock on Sunday. That's it. You need to wait another month to put your real estate sign. So
Wow.
that was the marketing back then. So nothing
Yeah.
compared with today's.
Nothing.
How did
24 by
we even
7.
sell houses back then? That's crazy.
I have no idea, but it was it was the way. It was the way. Yeah.
So I remember interviewing with Mr. Emiliano, and this
He's
was,
how old? So you're how old at this time when you interview with Mr.
He was just barely getting out of the high school, but
Yeah.
because I remember him, if I'm correctly, it was his first job.
Yeah.
He was
my first job in construction.
in construction, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. And you were there like for 2-3 years, and then I remember you had a time to go to the oil field, right? You
I
went to
did
the
a
oil
little
field.
bit of work in the oil field, yeah.
Yeah, and then you came back again.
Then I came
And then
back.
You came back again. So
Yeah.
Which in the valley, man, we have a lot of oil field workers, right?
Yeah.
Man, I've had a ton of jobs.
Yeah.
I've had a-
I think that's like a rite of passage, though. Go and see if you survive and come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but I remember. I remember Efrain. I mean, he was very fast with the keyboard. I mean, fast.
Yeah.
And he was always wanting to just, okay, I already did. Can we go and see the construction? Because he didn't want it to be just.
Oh, okay. He wanted to be
attached
on the job site.
Yeah, because I mean, I had two draftmen back then. Remember, it was
Edgar, yeah.
Edgar.
Yeah.
So, and to me, the problem it was like, I mean, just get to the computer, get the job done, and 5 o'clock and get out. But he was always like, okay, I already finished. Can we go to the construction?
Yeah.
So, okay, so I didn't expect that from the drafter, right?
Yeah.
So, but he was showing since a very early age. I mean, he wanted to be in front. So it says, okay, I designed this, but I wanted to see it, right? So see how it is.
I'm doing
So
the
what was
math
that
in my-
about? Yeah, what was that about?
Yeah, no, I'm doing the math in my head. 2003, 20 years ago. I've known you for 20 years.
Yeah,
That's insane. That is insane.
That's wild.
Yeah.
20 years.
And I remember having the interview. You probably don't remember, but I remember, and the reason I brought up the president of the drafting club was because I remember you made a comment. You know what? You're hired because, that very shows, a certain level of commitment and leadership. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we were behind the keyboard. And your office was over there off of McCall.
I think it was off of McCall. I don't know. If you
next
did
to Domit.
Well, it was an Domit building, and then we moved to McCall and Beach. It was a warehouse.
You had a storage,
yeah. It was because we were rowing, and I remember I was talking to Alonso back then, and says, "Man, how do you keep all your materials?" And he said, "You need to go and warehouse." And I said, "Yeah, but I'm not gonna go and have a self-storage and then have an office, and it's too much." So we found the place. They still have those places where Mr. Box owns those little warehouses, mid-sized warehouses for plumbers, electricians, small builders, and then you have an office like this size, probably a little bit less. And then you have AC, and then you have the warehouse. Every time that you have a leftover material, plywood, 2x4, I mean, you have it right there rather than going run to Home Depot. So that was the story back then.
Yeah. So I remember getting into, showing up to work, doing my thing, and a big part of, I can still remember hearing the conversations that, 2,400 square feet in total, y que no sé qué, but we need to have walk-in closets, and we need to have this, and, we had, this. And the whole design thing, and I remember just looking at the time was when I first came on board. I mean, you were already doing your thing, and you guys had already won some awards and had already done some of that stuff, and so you guys were very recognized for your work at the time. So, and I worked with you a couple of years. I went out, did my oil field work, so that's where my dad works actually. So he helped me out with that. I was able to purchase a house at the time, and I mean I was 21 maybe I think. At the latest 2021, I mean, I'm 28 right now. So.
No, está cabrón.
Ya me alcanzas.
Yeah, so it was a really cool time.
It was a really good time. I mean, it was a different valley. I mean, I remember when I first came here, probably 20 years ago, when you said it was not Trenton whatsoever. Ridge Road, when all the hospitals and the medical, it was...
Cherry Road, nada.
No.
Yeah, none of that existed.
I remember we bought some lots at Cherry Crossing.
I remember
and it was just like a one or two. I mean, it's Cherry Crossing, it's on Cherry Road and Business 83, and that's it. Nothing north from 83.
Yeah.
And it was far away. I mean, people didn't want to live on Cherry because it was just barely developing the Cherry Land Plantation area. So it was under development, and then back in the days, it was this company, Honk Development, and they had Jay Peña, they had Muffin. I mean, 3 or 4 builders. They want to be cautious because all the HOAs that they have. And going from McAllen all the way to Sugarland, it was like a trip.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, I mean, going outside
McAllen. And there was a lot less traffic back then.
It was
right?
a lot of
now it actually does take some time to get to
I remember some people saying, where are we going to have lunch? North McAllen or South McAllen? Come on, it's going to be the same thing. So
Give me the time so I can leave early.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I mean, the valley has grown so much. I mean, back in the days, it was very few builders. You can put all the builders in the Source magazine.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, it has grown tremendously. I think the opportunity that young people, and we were talking earlier about this, there is people like yourself, Efrain, that you have been in this industry for 20 plus years, but you came with the drive and with the mentality, this is what I want to do. You wanted to be an architect, but you found a way to get into where you want to be. So if the architect didn't come because the college and the money or whatever, but he says, at the end of the day, I want to have my own business. I want to do construction. Later on, you might move to multifamily, commercial, self-storage, you name it. But you go on your path. So
it's really cool, yeah. And it feels really cool now, going from 20 years ago. And last week, you were in my office and we were having a conversation about some developments that we're working on, right? It's kind of feels full circle almost to a certain extent, right? So it's great.
You will be surprised, Efrain, because I don't know if you remember my little kids. I have twins. They might be around the office running when you were there.
Yeah, they were tiny.
But they work with me now.
That's great. Yeah.
So and it's gonna happen to you. So you have little ones right now. So just wait for them to come back. And like speaking about family businesses like this place itself.
And I heard that you guys is 80%, 90% of the podcast that you have done,
Yeah.
it's all family.
Yes,
so
sir.
Don't be surprised. Teach your kids.
Yeah. My youngest is telling me, Henry,
Yeah, you were telling
they
me.
all tell me that they want to do something, right? And I ask, well, what do you want to do, right? But when I ask Henry, I want to be a builder like you. I mean, like that.
It's because he doesn't know.
He doesn't know, and I'm like, all right, are you sure?
Are you sure, bro? Let me tell you everything it entails.
But no, it's a really good feeling, actually. I mean, it feels
actually,
great.
it's the same story with you. You told me that
Yeah.
your dad were in construction for so many years, right?
No, we actually have a similar story because my love was architecture, right? And to this day, right, still is. And that's what I love doing and appreciate. But very similar reasons, right? Like growing up in the Valley, I'm also first generation Mexican American, and the opportunities of going to architecture school are slim and
Very limited.
Yeah, very limited. And for a kid, coming out of the Valley, when you've never been anywhere, I got a chance to go to Texas Tech out of high school, and they had a really good architecture school, but you're not prepared. Like you're just not prepared to
Mentally.
be away mentally.
No, you're not
be
prepared.
away from your family.
Nope.
It was a very difficult situation for me, and I'm sure a lot of kids down here in the Valley go through that. And,
I definitely went through that as well. Yeah.
But how great would it have been if we would have had an architecture school here, right?
Yep.
In the Valley,
That's probably something that we need to push for.
and we've talked about this, right? If nothing else, the dream of bringing an architecture school at some point in our
And it's
lifetime.
It's going to happen.
I would love to be a part of that, and we've had this conversation, man. So,
Yeah.
any schools out there, UTRGV or
STC.
or STC, if you,
You guys
guys
have
need
a program
anybody
already, right?
on the board, yeah.
You have a program. You guys push a program with STC to become a builder, right?
We're part of the
We're
committee.
part of a committee.
Part of the
Yeah.
committee.
So it's something that you guys together with STC implemented to put
Yes.
it live.
So that's another really cool story is how that all happened.
Yeah.
And it just, and honestly, within the past 2-3 years, right? I mean, a lot of things have happened that I probably would have never imagined that would have happened.
Yeah.
First of all, just the relationship with y'all. I mean, we're doing this podcast. I mean, 2 or 3 years, I would have never imagined this.
Yeah, that's
you know,
It
For
was
real,
not a
dude.
thing.
it was not a thing, and then and through the relationship that we built with Isaac and Mats and Manny with McCoy's, and congratulations to him on his success also with McCoy's.
Yep.
They provided the opportunity for us to sit with STC committee, and together we all game planned a course. That goes through construction. I mean, because we had this conversation a couple years ago as well. Where there's a huge need.
Yep.
They came to us and they said, "Okay, how can we help?" And the funny thing to me, or the weird thing to me, was they said, "Well, we never had this conversation with anybody in the building industry." That just blew my mind. You guys are running a construction program. There's builders, a construction,
A shit ton of builders.
builders.
Yeah.
How did this connection never happen?
Never existed.
Never
And let me
tried.
tell you why. Back in the days, if you remember, when we were, 20 years back, very few builders in the Valley. It was like, I don't want to talk to Ronnie. I don't want to see him. If I see him in the HEB, I don't want to. I'm going to pretend that I don't see him.
Emiliano, that wasn't that.
Okay.
That actually wasn't that long ago.
It
No,
wasn't.
that's what I'm
No.
going to say.
Yeah.
So that all changed 2-3 years ago when you guys put together all the builders. I think the pandemic brought us together, right?
Yep.
So and to me, has been here in the Valley for so long is one of the most amazing things. Of course, the UTRGB happens and all those kind of stuff, but because we are in this industry together, in the construction industry,
Yes, sir.
talking 3 different builders, 4 different builders in the table, having fun, having a golf tournament,
That never
fishing
existed.
tournament, never happened in my life. Never. How are you going? It was impossible to think that I'm going to talk to another builder. Hey, who are you buying the material from?
Exactly.
That was like prohibited.
You see the chat, right? You see the chat, and I like seeing it where it's just like, "Hey guys, I need this," and everybody's like, and you're very responsive on that chat, and we were actually, Efra and I, we talk from time to time, at least once a week or something on the phone, and one thing I admire from you as a man is your selflessness to just help, bro. Like, if anyone's active on that chat, like you're always there to help. It doesn't matter what it is, and I think that it shows a lot. You know,
I mean, there's a certain level of commitment. I mean, if we started something, it just goes back to the way I was raised. Si vas a empezar algo, lo vas a terminar. I mean, you start something, you're not going to leave it half-assed. You're going to do it, and you're going to do it right. Whether you make or don't make anything, you made a commitment to get started. Now you have to see it through and finish it, whatever it is.
But everything pays off.
It does. It does. I strongly believe like you help people and they're gonna help you back. Like that's just the way energy works.
And the most amazing thing is you don't do it because you want to get paid back. I mean, you do it because you like it. So say if I do a framer, I asked you yesterday, the day before yesterday, I'm looking for a turf guy. So says I have never installed it. Okay, so that's a. But if I need a brick guy or a framer or electrician, okay, here you go.
There you go.
Don't talk to these guys because he's not going to perform. Show this, but you're going to pay a little bit more, but they're going to finish it.
Right.
So in my time, it was impossible. I never talked to any other builder. It was, I mean, if Alonso gave you an appointment, you better take it.
Right. Right.
Because more likely it's going to be for bank lending or something. But I never talked to. It was what you're doing, guys, here in the Valley. It's something that I haven't seen in another market neither. So, I mean, you go to markets like Houston. Mm-hmm. I mean, they might have 500 builders. But when they can get together?
Right.
Once a year? Maybe they have a yearly event?
Yeah.
So here, I see the chat is live every single day, 24/7. Almost, right? So, and the golf tournament that you guys had over the weekend,
huge
it was,
success.
it was a huge success. I mean,
it was amazing.
It was amazing. That's it.
We put together that tournament in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks.
Another golf or a fishing tournament?
We put that tournament together. And a big shout out to Dan with Domain, Melissa with Land Title. They helped me out a lot. You know, Melissa was like, I'm gonna do the goodie bags and we gotta do mulligans that
was so great to see.
It was awesome. It was awesome because it's my first tournament. I had been to tournaments before and I've competed in tournaments, so I already knew
what to expect,
what I wanted to see. Yeah. You know, and I could see it already. So I was like, this is what I want. The best part about that is that the guy the manager of the course was like, if you get 30 teams, it's gonna be prime time, right? So I was like, okay, the goal is 30. In a week, I had 24.
Wow!
In a week, and I called every person that I knew, and that I've known for a long time, and especially now that I've gotten closer with this organization, and everybody's like, let's do it. And now we're gonna do it even bigger, you know, and. One thing that happened,
that we can take advantage of.
Yes, sir. And one thing that happened the day of the tournament, it was funny because you can see the flow of the teams as you're playing. Like you can see the teams moving, and there's people that really take golf serious. Like to them, it's not a joke. This isn't like a game. Like it's a game, yes, but to them, it's like, man, I
want to win.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of practice to get good, right? So we're going and we're playing, and it was funny because we were talking about this earlier. I was on hole. I want to say I was on hole. Maybe I was like on hole 8 or 9, and I see a man walking on the green, and I could see in his body language that he wasn't happy.
Oh wow!
And I'm like looking at him, and the teams, because there was 2 teams per hole, and everybody was moving along. Everybody's warming up to. Everybody was getting ready to drive, and I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, man, what's up with this guy? And he was walking towards the hole. So I go and I'm like, hey man, can I help you out or whatever? And he was very upset because his window was hit by a ball, right?
Oh no.
So I go and I'm like talking to him, you know, let me talk to you, let me calmed him down. I was like, well, let me go see what happened. I go see what happened and get his information. I told him, you know what, don't worry about it, I'm gonna take care of this for you.
It's a builder golf tournament.
And so
we might know a guy.
So I was like, I'm gonna take care of this for you. Can we get some water? Yeah. And I'll take one of these as well. So I was like, I'm going to take care of this for you. Got his information. And I saw that his wife was recording me while this was happening. And I was actually telling Efrain that because as I'm talking to him, I can flip a switch. When it's time to be professional, you need to be able to flip a switch. But when it's time to hang out with the guys, it's time to hang out with the guys. So I'm talking to him all this stuff, and I see that she's recording me. And something told me, like, she doesn't believe you're going to help. Yeah. You know? And I told him, I was like, you're lucky. And today, his window got fixed.
Really?
It's Wednesday, and that happened Saturday. It's already fixed.
Wow.
Thank you, Carlos, Windshield Express, Texas Glass. Thank you so much for taking care of that. But I told him today, If it would have happened in any other tournament, it wouldn't have happened.
Yep.
But it happened because it happened in a tournament.
We're builders.
All builders. And two, I care about it. I'm not gonna let something like that diminish the success that it had. You know, I don't need anybody saying like, "These guys came in, damn STBA." Like, no, man. Like, I care about what people say. Like, it matters. Reputation matters. You know, and that's why I was like, we have great people in the organization. Carlos was like, "Don't even worry about it. Send me the address. I'll take care of it for you."
Yeah.
You might need to go back and record them. This is how successful. How you happy? Are you happy with turn around in 3 days?
Get him to join STBA.
Right?
Turn around in 3 days.
Turn around in 3 days.
It was quick. It was quick.
That's great.
And it was an amazing turnout. Thank you to everybody that took a interest in sponsoring a hole. We had some great hole sponsors out there. They put tents out. They put food, drinks. Juniors provided all the stuff for the barbecue. Lagos took care of us. They ran the tournament. It was really cool.
So what's next?
We want to get a fishing tournament going, and then we want to get another golf tournament. So
This year?
yes, sir, in November. And it was cool because I got to sit down with the guy that runs the Lagos, and he was like, man, he even told me, he's like, this was probably the best tournament I've seen, man. And he's like, I can't believe you did this in 3 weeks, bro. He's like, usually people do this in a year.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I want to do another one in November. And so every tournament from now on is going to be a different type of play. So the next one's going to be 2-man teams, and then the one after that is going to be a solo tournament.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to get better. Like,
Are you gonna play different?
Count me out of that one.
Are you
So
gonna
I
do it in
can't
different
count on
courses?
somebody else.
For now, I really like
I won't be in
Lagos.
that one.
I like Lagos for now, and we're gonna look into the other courses.
And also Mr. Lopez is
Yes.
in part of the organization as
Yes,
well,
sir.
right? So like part of that is also just trying to keep it within the organization, the people that believe in what we're doing.
What about the fishing tournament?
Well, the fishing tournament, that's I'm gonna need some help with that one. If you have any pointers, you could throw my way. I've actually had a fishing tournament before, and I set that whole thing up over a phone when I was actually in San Antonio getting my real estate license 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I put a fishing tournament together with a buddy of mine, Juan Pablo. If you're listening, what's up, man? We did everything over the phone. I was actually
sponsored
going.
that.
Yeah.
I sponsored one.
Yeah. Ronnie was
That
part
was
of that.
2 years ago.
Yeah, it was
seems
like
it was last year.
I know, man. It's
So-
crazy.
What's the
Thank you, sir.
I caught nothing.
what's the expected dates?
Just FYI.
I want to do the fishing
Oh,
tournament
my money back.
sometime in September.
September?
Yes,
was
sir.
not successful.
That's what I want to do sometime in September, and then after that, do the golf tournament again in November. The golf tournaments, I want to do it the same way. I want to, add some more regulation to it because there is people that really do these sports. There's people that compete all the time, and I want to have those people also really involved because I want each tournament to be for real. Like the party after and the drinks and the food after for sure. But let's make it a competition, man.
What about
I
the?
think it's it was a great first time to build on, man. It was an awesome event.
Yeah,
It was.
Just kicked
yeah.
ass, bro.
Yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What about
Well,
the Builders Expo?
The Builders Expo with
By yourself, I mean, because we all have been in Vegas, in Florida, and all these big nationwide events, and then they have the Texas one in Dallas. So, have you guys thinking about something here locally? I mean, the STBA has probably 40, 50 builders, probably more. I don't know.
64.
I mean, what about rent a place?
We do want to do an expo. I think for this year we have
Enough.
we have the gallery coming up.
Yeah.
The Builders Gallery. And then if we get the tournament going, I think that's a lot of
But
work
that's
for you.
that's for the build. It's a lot of work.
We want him to survive a year.
Okay,
So
before he quits.
No. This is I love it. Like this is I'm very blessed to not just have this opportunity, but to have a board like these guys that they let me do me and they see things that you're getting done. Like example, that window happened. I already had talked to the guy by the time, but my thing was like, it's taken care of.
But it's a different mentality when you're a builder, right? So I think maybe he was expecting, it's going to take a month or two.
yeah.
But I think the way we operate, ahorita te lo
I was
manda,
like,
right? Yeah.
I was like, bro, I
Just,
got you.
you just think different.
Yeah.
It's just part of you're just wired different.
Yeah.
You're wired a little different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I really, I don't even think I have half a year yet with STBA, but
you're at
Like-
half
like-
a year,
like 6
'Cause
months?
You started in February,
February.
so yeah, you got 6 months.
Wow.
6 months in. Good job, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe you can start planning for next year, Builders Expo, where open to the community, because these tournaments, fishing tournament, golf tournament, is just to bring the builders together, right? To make it to bond it. But what about open to the community? So when somebody can go and shop, I mean, from Gomez, from
That's not a bad idea, right?
We've been talking about that.
Was there something like that prior or no? That y'all did something?
We
doing
tried
it
doing it last year.
What's that? The expo?
The expo.
Yeah.
How was
We,
that?
and, well, no, we did it actually last year.
How
we
was
did
it?
it.
Was
Yeah.
it good? Was it?
It was good turnout.
It was good.
It was good.
But it was more like real estate industry, because it was title companies, it was lending companies, it
We
was.
didn't have enough people from the public.
We-
We needed to grow that.
Yeah, I believe if you have 60 plus builders, you have enough to put a booth every single one. So say, come on over, put your booth, put your people here. It might be 2 days. I mean, Saturday, half Sunday, and because I really believe that there is a lot of people that they are just shopping around, but rather than go and look at the subdivision, they can meet all you guys at once. And
Right.
there's plenty of business now in the valley. I mean, the valley is so wide to drive. I mean, you are not going to drive from Mission all the way to Wedlock or Harlingen. If you put it all together,
Right.
I mean, people says, okay, let's come meet one day on Saturday, and we spend 3 or 4 hours walking around and have the kids with popcorn or hot dogs or whatever. And I mean, it's
Well,
Just
maybe-
like Mr. Trevino was saying earlier,
Yeah.
right? Like we're just we're in an organization just like any other business.
Yeah.
We will constantly be evolving.
Correct.
And we got to constantly be pushing forward and
Yeah, because-
innovating and all that. And so,
Definitely something.
without a doubt, the energy in the organization
It's
is
moving.
always about, okay, what can we do better? And what can we do better?
Yeah.
We had this conversation right after the tournament.
Yeah.
Literally like 30 minutes after it was completed.
we were on the phone. We were like, dude, how could we make it better for next time?
I was passed out because I was it was hot out.
It was really hot.
But the
It
conversation
was
was the conversation, and what lights us up, right, is, okay, bro, that was great. How can we do better?
What could we do better?
Yeah,
well,
what can
November
we
is
do
going to be
better?
a little bit cooler.
It's gonna be nice,
And we talked about
we
that,
already
yeah.
have ideas.
Yeah.
We already have ideas for where we're gonna get people that are sponsors actually involved. We have so many ideas who we're
The
gonna.
holes have to go out.
Yeah.
Talking
The
about
holes-
that, a big shout out to your brother for picking up the slack. I said, you know what? We came up to like the 12th hole. I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm out.
This shit ain't for me.
we were at my place
was
after
110.
hanging out, and he's like, "Hey man, the guy that you paired me with, he just disappeared on me, man."
He just quit.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that was the first time I actually swung a golf club on a green.
No,
I mean, you
I
might have
vouch for
thought I was
that because.
But on the picture, nobody knows the difference, bro.
Oh, you guys looked. You were probably the best looking team out there. You and Charlie.
Oh, yeah. I saw.
More Charlie.
No, so
No, you and Charlie both.
I vouch for that because Efren called me. I don't know, sometime during the week. He's like, "Hey, bro, I need to buy some golf clubs. Can you go with me?"
Ronnie went with me like on Wednesday to go buy golf clubs. Which, by the way, I'm in the hole.
But you liked it.
It was cool.
It was cool, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what everybody needs. You need to experience a tournament, and especially that tournament. Shout out to Miss Nereda. She actually invited STBA to be part of a tournament, right?
Okay.
Remember when we went out there and we represented STBA at her tournament? That's what hooked me. And when I remember being there, and I'm a student.
Which tournament are you talking
She had a tournament for
Oh,
like her
yes,
stuff.
I couldn't go.
Yes, sir. And I'm a student, and everywhere I go, I'm paying attention and I'm listening, and I like to see it, my environment and how it's moving, and how can I implement that into what I'm doing. And I saw that tournament, and I was like, I remember I called Ronnie. I was like, we can do this.
Yeah.
I was like, I can do this like easy.
Pues órale.
He was like, well, do it.
So what happened was I bought golf clubs on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Dan and Ronnie went with me to go buy golf clubs,
Yeah.
right?
And
then the next-
$1,000 later,
A little bit more than that.
No, they're more expensive.
A little bit more than that.
So you're telling me they didn't come with the skills?
Yeah, no. 1,000, yeah. And some Jordan golf shoes. I mean, of course, because they got to be on
They were
point.
really nice, Jordan golf.
And then Charlie, he's like, hey, we need to go practice because he's never, he's played before, but not a lot.
can you return it?
I hope so, yeah. So then Charlie, he's like, hey,
Slightly used. Gently used.
Gently used, yeah. So then Charlie, he calls me and he's like, hey, I got us a guy that's going to help us with our swing. Put me down for that. That was Friday evening.
The tournament's on Saturday.
The tournament was on Saturday, yeah. So we went out to the driving range and we had a guy help us out a little bit. And I felt super confident when I left. And then I show up on Saturday and
it's another animal.
Yeah,
it's another animal.
It's crazy. That's golf.
Yes,
That's golf.
I do jujitsu and I play golf, right?
Okay.
My dad always
That's the same time.
at the same time as I'm choking people out, I'm swinging a club.
I don't want to be on your team.
And my dad always tells me like, "Hey man, I like sports that are diminishing of a person's ego. You know, we all have egos, you know, but it's okay to get your ego checked. You know, because jujitsu will check your ego.
Dude, I was getting super frustrated out there. And I told your brother, I said, hey, man, like, I'm very competitive, and this is really pissing me off.
Yeah.
My brother's like, the guy told me that he doesn't like to lose, bro. He needs to
And he's never
out.
played before, so I don't know how he's going to do that.
I was like, nah, bro, he's just super competitive.
But we had a great time.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's all that matters.
yeah.
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 And everybody, there's been nothing but very positive comments coming from it. And like I
Coming back
said,
to the clubhouse,
Six
everybody
hours of
was
open
there.
bar later, it was
that was
awesome.
amazing to see. And that's one thing that you were speaking of. Like we got back to the clubhouse and everyone was there.
We got Jaime cooking.
Jaime was there.
Dan was cooking.
Dan was cooking. You know, he gave
Bro,
us
what a beautiful like camaraderie, man. At the end of the day, if you look at it from a big picture,
That's
you got a bunch of builders out there playing. They all come back. They're all friends. We got realtors helping us out.
Yeah.
We got Dan, a developer, helping us out.
Yeah.
title companies.
Yeah.
Title companies,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That was so cool.
It was.
Did
Awesome.
this exist when I went to go play with you? I don't remember getting a golf tournament, Emiliano.
Never.
No, but hopefully,
Not even a day in the beach or something like that. Like
Nothing.
nothing.
Do you play? Do you play golf?
I little
Lubies,
bit, just a
alone
little bit,
lubies.
yeah.
Pick it up and let's go play. Pick
go
it up
play.
so that you can play in the next tournament.
Sure.
It'll be fun. I definitely want to do. I want to do one every quarter, and
One every quarter.
One every quarter. Like let's compete, man. Like let's compete. Let's push each other. You know.
Hey, so we made a commitment that every Wednesday we're supposed to meet up
Yeah, we're-
do a couple swings. Yeah.
we are actually going to hire a professional. And
He goes by the name of Tiger.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know him.
get it.
His
Wow.
game has been a little off lately, but
But he's flying down right now.
yeah, but he's on his way down. No, we're getting we're taking lessons, bro.
That's
every
awesome.
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, yeah.
We got
Top golf.
A little mix, yeah.
Okay, why
Yeah.
not? Anywhere they have alcohol.
Nah, it's gonna be fun, and we're also gonna get the fishing tournament
Looking
going.
forward to it.
Yes, sir.
And looking forward to the fishing tournament as
We're
well.
wanting to do it what month?
September.
Okay, do
Yes,
we have
sir.
time?
September
Yeah, we
is,
have
for,
some time.
is the fishing tournament? in
Yeah,
September?
like I would like to do it in September. Just so
This
we,
September?
yes, so that we can get like the season of the red and all that good stuff. So I mean,
That's
we
the red
can-
run, yeah.
Yeah, so that we can
I'm
get.
gonna have to go buy a boat.
Ronnie's gonna pull up with a brand
Hey,
new boat.
Ronnie, do you know about boats?
Ever, can you go with me to go buy a boat?
Can you co-sign for me?
Wow.
Oh my god!
No, but
That is not going to be $1,000.
By the way, Emiliano, can I borrow money to buy a boat?
and just like there's
I'm gonna use my golf clubs as
I'm out.
collateral.
I'm out.
That'll be my deposit.
just like there's golf, like there's how you said there's a community. There's a community. Hey man, there's a community for. I'm like the people that take it serious. The same thing for fishing.
I was telling Mario, I was like, I didn't realize how big of a golfing community there is, right? I mean, when I remember when you talked about doing a golf tournament, I'm like, I mean, I guess, let's do it. I didn't realize there was that big of a community.
Los Lagos.
And it's a really cool community.
They have every Wednesday, and I didn't know this. So the guy's like, "Hey man," he's like, he was telling me, he's like, you got a pretty good iron game, man, and he's like, you should come every Wednesday we have solo competitions where it's just he's like, and it's all amateur. It's a $30 buy-in, and they do like rankings, and he's like, that's how you get in there. And then he was telling me that right now Los Lagos every Saturday they have tournaments for the rest of like the next 2 months.
Can we bleep out the $30 one.
You're talking
we charge
about
a little bit more.
You're talking about like they're called sundowners, you know, and you can do that. They have them. They have them all over the valley, you know, just to see if you want to see where you're at within the amateur division. You know, they do the same thing with bowling, and they do the same thing with what was it? What else do they take? Oh, if you play frisbee golf or something like that.
I mean, I have about 2 days, so I feel like I'm a pro. Where do I sign up for that one?
I'm ready to go. Yeah, I don't know.
Mid-pro level.
Mid-pro level. Semi-pro. Yeah.
But this is what is amazing. So like you said, there is people that they take very serious. I mean, they want to be the number one. They want to compete. They want to win. But at the same time, the people who is not in that scale, they want to go. They want to join because of the commodity there.
Yeah.
And sometimes the commodity, it's way there.
The value is worth it.
It values more, exactly, because it's the networking that you're creating. So the golf, for those particular guys that they are not into the game that deep, that it has tremendous value.
Yep.
So
My team really enjoyed setting up the whole, just the sponsorship of the whole. My team thoroughly
And
enjoyed
that's a
doing
beautiful.
that.
So
And we're super excited about doing the next one because we're gonna go even all
that part
further.
3. So it just happened because I was like, hey, these holes are available, and I remember Ronnie was like, put me on 4. He didn't even know what it was or anything. And when he put me on 4, I thought to myself, like, Ronnie got the best part 3. It's a part 3, but it's in the middle of all these
Nice
houses.
hills, super nice.
It was prime time, and then you showed up to the hole, and Servando and with the team had.
are you sure he didn't know?
I don't think you knew, right?
No.
It was beautiful, bro. It was a good setup.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
My team enjoyed it. And
Now that one is going to be for sale next time.
Yeah.
Put a price on it. You want it for? You have to pay
That's
extra.
the premium hole. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a premium hole.
I already paid for the next 10 years. Thank you.
It's mine forever.
It's my forever hole.
I'm not sharing it with anyone.
Right. Well, that came out weird.
Awkward.
Silence.
No, that was fun, dude. We really need to encourage that. I think it's
But it goes back to, okay, how did this all start, right? I mean, how did we get to setting up a golf tournament? You know, it goes back to you're doing things for the
open
right
lines
reasons.
of communication.
Yeah.
Open lines of
Yeah.
communication.
And it going back to, I think we had a conversation a couple of minutes ago, was you know, it's weird how
Thank you, sir.
things happen. You know, you do things
Sir.
for the right reasons, and the right things somehow happen. You know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Una agüita. Sí.
You got it. Yeah. I'll let you know.
And going back to you know what we're talking about earlier is that's to me something super important is really focusing. I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Damn it! I felt like you were about to drop some inspirational.
Yeah. I was gonna drop some juice. But no, I mean that, you know, going back to all of that. In any industry, whether it's in the restaurant business like Mr. Trevino or in the construction business like all of us, right? It's, you know, you start off with a dream, and then how do you convert that dream into reality? And, you know, how do you keep that reality alive for a long time? So you got to have some kind of a drive. You got to have something, a purpose on behind what you're doing. And it's just not about, I'm going to do this because I'm going to make money.
Right.
You know, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing what we're doing, or whatever. Everybody would own a restaurant, or everybody would do that. So there has to be a purpose behind what you're doing, and for me, it was a pretty basic, simple formula. It's you do things right for the right reasons, and the right things will somehow magically happen.
And
right?
that's why when I saw that guy, when I saw the man walking out on the green, I knew something was up. But once he came up to me, he's like, "Whose ball is this?" And I'm just like, "Okay, whoa."
It depends.
That's a good question. I was like, for sure it ain't mine.
He
but,
went that way.
but it could have been like, nah, man, figure it out yourself. You know?
No, you did the right thing. Bro.
But you have to take care. I was like, man, I care about what's happening right here.
Yeah.
This conversation it's a combination. You just said the jiu-jitsu brings you your ego down, right? So in order to have 3-4 builders in the same room, I mean, the builders is super high ego, right? And when you remove that outside the equation, and then you have 3-4 builders in a room, and say, how can we put a tournament together? How can we do an association? How can we do the next thing
Together.
Together. That's the thing.
Together, right?
Yeah. because everybody has their own mentality, everybody has their own ego. I have the bigger house, the better house,
No.
But when you said, you know what, let's put it out the door, let's get together, and that never happened in my time.
And I'm gonna
talk about our board meetings, bro.
So before I get into that, piggybacking on that idea was before, right? You know, you try to do everything on your own.
Correct.
Your ceiling is going to be as far as you can think,
Right.
Which is probably right here, right? You know, whatever your ceiling is,
Sure.
And you're going to be hitting with that ceiling all the time. Once we started doing all of this, and we started talking, and we started being a little bit open, Ronnie was probably one of the first persons that, you know, I felt there was, you know, we had a really similar ideas and very similar maybe background, but we just clicked. I feel like we just clicked, right?
Both very good looking.
That was a big part of
That
it.
was probably where we
Both
started.
have the same haircut.
Speaking about ego,
Yeah, right.
Speaking about ego,
I mean, I'm slightly better looking, but you know, those count.
I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna give you that one.
my house has a bigger master closet.
But I piggybacked a lot on Ronnie because I feel that I've grown whatever I have, whether it's a little bit or a lot or whatever it is, in the past 2 or 3 years, just by associating myself with Ronnie and everybody that's I've surrounded myself with, right?
Yeah.
And along with that, it's blossomed into, hey, you know, I know this guy, right? You know, the guy that's over there right now.
He's just a fan, bro. He's here just. Can we get some applause?
He's here
if we
taking
say
pictures.
something funny, can we get like a live studio audience?
Yeah. So, and then I think we've developed this little network of people that every morning at, you know, whoever's the first one to wake up, there's always a positive, you know, a message like, hey, animo, let's get it, you know, whatever that is. And it's, I feed off of that.
Yeah.
And that's helped push me. I mean, because, you know, Mr. Trevino earlier was, you can get comfortable. I honestly was getting a little comfortable at some point.
Everybody
right?
does. Right?
And it's like, you know what? I better get up because these guys are up and these guys are talking and these guys are doing that and these guys are, you know, whatever.
I ain't getting left behind.
I'm not going to be the one that's left behind.
Yeah.
And it sits on you, man.
It
You can be in bed and it just be like, get out of bed, bro.
Yeah.
Like if somebody else is already running.
No, I
Yeah.
can't.
He gets mad at me all the time. He gets mad at me all the time. Why do you sound like you're still asleep? Chinga madre.
Because I am. Because I really am.
So
That is
no,
amazing.
It's
So-
been really good.
Yeah, because the 3 or 4 builders. So I mean, how many running on the board? 6, 7, whatever.
We
it
have
is.
7 on the board.
7 on the board, running this business, always forward. I mean, thinking what is next?
Yeah.
How we can, like you said, 30 minutes later we finish the tournament. Okay, how can we do it better, bigger,
And it
brighter?
was literally like that.
Yeah.
Like it was literally like that. I called Ronnie and what'd you think? What are we gonna do? What do you like? It was straight up like to run this organization. I've learned that I have to stay in head. Like I have to think. All right, what am I doing next month? What am I doing? And it's easier on me. You know, like I have to do it like that. But this tournament was just a test run.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna make it bigger.
I mean, and we're excited about that.
And your coffee and cars as well.
Yeah, we'll introduce that at some point. I think that's a really cool one to do. But no, getting back to the board meetings.
Yeah.
Man, you want to talk about like the builders in that board are some strong
Big builders.
big builders that have grown their businesses
Substantially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can tell you unequivocally, you're surprised that I know that word.
Look it up.
Just don't ask me how to spell it. We have never, ever, bro, gotten in an argument with the board. Heated discussions, never. It has always been very pleasant, professional. Ideas bouncing back and forth. Nobody feels left out. Nobody feels like they're not heard. That's a really special thing.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that we all agreed on everything.
No, not at all.
no.
We always
yeah.
have different of opinions.
We always do. But
the
everybody's
idea-
willing to hear it. Yeah.
But the idea at the end of the day is, okay, we all have this difference of opinion. What are the best opinions? What are the best options to move this thing in a positive direction?
Yeah.
And it goes back to being positive. I mean,
What does everybody agree on?
What
You
do we
know?
all agree on
Yeah.
that's going to move this
Majority.
forward?
Yes, sir. What's the majority? And that's one thing that everything is majority rule. You know.
Yeah.
You guys meet, the board meets once a month, once a week?
We used to meet pretty often. We've met a little less and less. Mario's been doing the more Mario does to push the organization forward and take the reins, the less we have to meet.
Yeah.
At
yeah.
some point, we're meeting twice a week.
Yeah.
For 3-4 hours.
I know.
At a time.
Yep.
I mean, we'd go late night, 11 o'clock.
And that's why I was
12
saying
o'clock.
that it's been I take full control of everything that's going on. You know, everything that's going on, and I give these guys no pressure, no nothing. Like I let everybody know, hey, this is where we're at, this is what we're doing.
And coming from a builder, we give free reins when we know things are getting done right.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
it's part of what we
you know,
do.
my subcontractor, I have to be on top of them. You know, yeah, you'd be hearing from us a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
Typically, that's the way things go.
Yeah,
in our-
and I'm a product of my parents are builders. My parents have been around 25 years, a little bit over, and they built, you know, from Zapata, Corpus, Freer, Alice. So I'm a product of the industry. I also have my own construction company, so I know what it is to be a builder. And I mean, to be at the level where these guys have all these projects, I'm like, man, the last thing I'm sure they want to hear is me calling them about a broken window. Like, I'm going to take care of it, you know? Like, I don't know. I think that some people just need to take initiative of what their job entails and get things done.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't have any claims on the fishing tournament.
Oh, God.
See,
Somebody drawn.
No, hombre. Put that out there.
No.
the good thing is that it's usually shallow waters. But no, you've been doing a great job, Mario.
Yeah,
You've been doing a
no,
great job.
seriously,
Appreciate
good job, bro.
everything.
We're
Really
excited.
good.
I'm excited about the next tournament. I
Me
think it's gonna be
too.
really cool.
And start playing, bro. Start playing and start practicing.
2
Go
days
out
in
there.
advance.
2 days in advance.
2
not
days in
one.
advance.
You know,
go.
my game was off that day.
It was hot. It was only 112 degrees outside too.
Wow.
That's true.
That was
Yeah. It was
brutal.
It was really brutal. Which is why the 12 hole light disappeared.
Yeah, my blue eyes were very sensitive in the sun.
You were nowhere to be found.
Yeah. But no, I mean, going back to Mr. Emiliano and what that means to me on my end was, I learned a lot.
Thank you.
mean, my first construction job, I mean, I had a bunch of jobs before that. I mean, dishwasher, Walmart cashier, I mean, you name it, all of that stuff. My first job was selling that polvito trechas. I mean, shout out to them. When they
Sure.
first came out, yeah. I'd go to the HEBs and do whatever. But anyway, so my trajectory through this industry was, you know, a lot of it I have to give props where props are due, and Emiliano was a big part of that.
Thank
You know, a lot of the stuff that I learned, and you know, thankfully I learned from a good mentor because you had the right ideas. You know, you were trying to do things. You know, I remember, stucco, we're going to do this. I mean, we're using the concrete panels now. I remember you were using that 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, when,
It was barely introduced to the valley.
and I think you were maybe one of maybe less than a handful of people that were using it.
Correct.
And it was super new. It was from Monterrey. You know, I remember that.
Yeah.
So I mean, from the beginning, Mr. Emiliano was doing things for the right reasons, the right way, and I was fortunate enough to get surrounded by somebody like that had the same thought process that I did. So, you know, again, thank you.
And it pays off because right now you are part of the big organization in the valley. I mean, the biggest, I believe it's the biggest one south of Texas, south of San Antonio, including Corpus and Laredo. So if I'm not mistaken,
I think we're probably the most active.
probably
Definitely.
yeah, no questions on that one. But I mean, it's in order, like we were talking earlier. I mean, people back in the days, they were very, I mean, a little bit scared to go up north for college. But now the work that you have done and performed, I mean, it's something else. So I think you guys are very proud of what you have done, and I'm very proud to be part of the organization as well and everything that you guys have done. And I thank you for people like us that we have the opportunity to be surrounded like a big team like you guys. And I mean, congratulations, because Government Street Construction has been growing us tremendously. Yeah. And you can see in the next 20 years if you want to start doing construction.
So, funny story, right? Because before STBA got started, talking about builders actually kind of starting to communicate together. I went and visited his house, right?
Yeah.
Right before we started STBA.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing yet, and we had the RGVBA Parade of Homes, and for whatever reason, bro, that year I just like, let's just stop at the house.
We're in the same community. Yeah.
We're in the same community.
Want to dance?
I had
and
never
songs.
done it.
No.
No, I had never done it the entire time that we did
Because it was not permitted.
it just wasn't. Yeah, you just
wasn't a
didn't do
thing.
it.
It was not
Yeah.
a thing. I mean, it was not allowed.
It wasn't not allowed, or it just was against like moral mentality.
Not moral. It was
It's
just like the norm, right? It just
Competition.
was not the norm.
It was more like a competition.
you know,
stuff.
we recently had that lunch with Carlos, the one that we were speaking of, and he said something that it rang a bell. Well, it sparked an interest to me. He was saying that mentality is still in Mexico. He was saying that mentality is still in Monterrey. He was
Carlos
like,
Munoz.
yes, sir.
Right?
He was saying like that mentality of like, hey man, we're in the same business, competition, bro. Like you're not coming to my house, I'm not going to your house. Like that's that's not how we do business. And I was thinking right now that you were saying like back in the day, because I remember sitting in mom and dad's model homes and hey man, you better not let any builder come in here, and if they come in here, you tell them to leave. I remember like dad would tell us that. So I'm thinking to myself like, is that part of does that come from being like from
I
like the
believe so.
Mexican
It's a
culture?
cultural thing, I think, right?
I
You
believe
know?
so. I believe so. I truly believe because, like he said, we were very fortunate to be award winners of the Parade Homes many times. But I remember when we had an open house, like you said exactly. Hey, if you see another builder, I mean, just don't allow them because I have the better vault ceilings because I have this and the crown molding and I'm bringing this floor.
Bien celosos, güey.
Sí,
Bien
it
celosos.
Bien tóxicos. Bien tóxicos todos. Yeah.
I would like to say some names that it was like that, but I mean I can't. So I mean, really, I
Say
wanted
the
to
names.
sneak-
Say the names.
I wanted to sneak in the houses. I mean, one of the ones Alonso was very open to open the houses. I mean, I always want every single Parade Homes I wanted to be visit.
He was always open.
He was always open, and he has been always
interesting.
open. No, I mean because remember,
Yeah.
he
He
was
still is. And
Yeah.
he still is. Yeah.
He had the mentality
to open it.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to have really good mentors, you know, in Emiliano, and you know, now I consider a mentor to me also, right? And you know, everybody that I'm surrounded with.
Yeah.
I mean, and I remember not too long ago. I mean, I think to me personally, like a person like Mr. Alonso Cantun, shout out to that, you know, to him and everything that he's doing is, I mean, he's my celebrity.
Yeah.
And I remember I reached out to him and I had a couple
He's
of
my
questions.
celebrity crush.
He is.
Dreamy.
Posters in my bedroom, right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I reached out to him and I had a question not too long ago, and his response was, "Come in."
Yeah.
I mean, and he made some time, went to his office, and I asked him a couple of questions, shuffled through his cabinetry, and
Yeah.
I had a specific question, and here you go.
You were there
This
at the
is
office?
I was there at his office,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Here, this is how we're doing it. Here you go."
You know what? I noticed that about
That's cool.
That's super cool.
We
for me.
recently,
Yeah.
dude, that's amazing because I recently went into a meeting with them, and it was with Roel's tío.
Oh, yeah.
And Ismael. And Ismael, I didn't know they threw a golf tournament, right?
Yeah.
And he was, you know, he was commending me, like, because he was like, hey, man, you have your golf tournament this coming week, and I heard you have all these teams, and I've heard you did it in this time. He gave me a booklet. He goes, I'm going to give you this. Take it with you. He's like, this is how I throw my tournaments. And I was just looking at the booklet. I was like, this is genius. Like
super open
Yeah.
book. Yeah.
like there was no, the guy was like, do
How
it.
helpful is that?
Yeah. It's amazing.
Sharing him information.
Yeah.
Without,
I mean, and the guy's
without
super
any
successful, yeah.
expectations in return.
With no expectation, nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's amazing, bro.
It is actually. Really
That's
cool.
why he's where he's at right now.
No,
because of the
yes.
mentality.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you give, man, you get more in abundance.
Yeah.
Trust
Times
me.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that, tithing?
I don't know.
Is
what
it
but-
tithing? Is it like tithing?
it?
It's in the Bible. Like you.
Is that an exercise or what? Tithing?
No, like when you give.
I don't know, but I saw it on TikTok.
It's like you give. You know, you just give. You give with no expectance. That's probably what it is. That's the secret to life.
Yep.
That's the secret.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you guys. I
Of
know that you
course.
have more celebrities right here.
Keep on coming.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for
coming
stopping by.
Emiliano.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Man.
Who do we have next? We got a cameo here with this guy?
Who's next? Who's next? So I mean, yeah, part of everything that over the past couple of years that has evolved was, you know, my relationship with you, Ronnie, and we communicate often.
Yeah.
My relationship with Mario, I mean, great. You know, you're a great guy, man, doing things for the right reasons.
Thank you.
And we've had a couple of talks in the past and recently, and you know, every time I talk to you, it's a positive energy. I mean, and that's what I'm about nowadays.
Yeah.
Is, you know what? Let's surround yourself with people that are like-minded, positive, doing things, productive.
Yeah.
You know, and you
That's-
feed off of that.
If you keep carrying that torch, like we all have our off days, right?
Oh yeah.
But if you're surrounding yourself with people that are trying to consistently carry that torch forward, on your off days you always get picked up,
Yeah.
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 and that is so cool.
I try and pick up on Ronnie's energy, on just the positivity all the time. And
Mr. Positivity,
That's like, to me, it's like Ronnie's always super positive, and that's something that I'm really trying to put into my life. And the more I put it into my life, it's like my buddy. I was actually getting a haircut, and he was part of the tournament. He was there, and he took his girlfriend, and they were riding around the golf cart. And she made a comment. She was like, "That guy doesn't stop." Like, she was referring to me, that I wouldn't stop. Like, even I was playing golf, I was still saying hi to people, making sure people were fine, all this stuff. And that she was like, he seems to be super positive. And I told my buddy, I was like, dude, it's because I have a camarada. That's how he is, and I see the success that it's brought him, and I want the same. Like, you know, that I believe in positivity brings better and more success. You know,
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And Palo Santo burning every day.
You know, it actually does something for you.
It does something.
It does.
It really does.
We got a big thing coming up, man. We're working on a project with Juan Carlos. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
The Garasu project. They're framing it up today.
Nice.
And it's coming out really, really good, man. I'm really excited.
Where do you have it? There at
Hyde Park.
Hyde Park?
Yeah,
Where you're
Hyde
at right
Park.
now?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to swing
We're
by.
gonna have a big event for that.
I'm gonna have to swing by.
Super excited about it. So yeah, man.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why I chimed into that, but
no. How was your first build, and how old were you when you did your first house?
I mean, I've been doing it for a while with other people, obviously, right? But I remember 2004, you know, Emiliano, and I did my thing for a while. 2008 comes around, and that just kind of throws everything off. And at the time, I was working with a commercial construction company. They're based out of Houston, but they had satellite office in Dallas, San Antonio, and then they opened up one here. So when Mr. Emiliano said that I came back was because at the time, I worked with different architects and stuff like that. One of the persons thought about me and said, "Hey, you do drafting. We need help as a superintendent for a commercial construction company. Why don't you come on board?" I'd never done commercial construction at all. Mm-hmm. And I was up front with him. I said, "Hey, I don't know anything about it."
Right.
An older man, you know, he's been around the industry forever. Johnny, as a matter of fact. And he said, "I'll teach you." He's like, "You just come on board and I'll teach you." I remember riding with him in his trucks, and he told me, "Hey, this and this, look out for this, metal framing and this and ironwork and blah, blah, blah." And I rode around with him for a while, and he said, "Okay, you're ready." I mean, I was 22, 23 at the time. My superintendent peers were in their 40s, you know, 50s. You know, that was just, you know, older,
old school guys.
The old school guys, man. And it took me a while as a 23-year-old to get the respect. And,
of
you know,
course.
You know, it was just, it was tough, man. And it was, you know, but what did I have to do? I had to prove to them that I was serious about what I was doing. I knew what I was doing, and, you know, that I was going to do things for the right reasons again. So yeah, I mean, that was a really interesting time. I came back and I did that. I ended up running a lot of the projects throughout the valley. So a bunch of government jobs, a bunch of school jobs, a lot of work with UTB. We did a lot of work with the city of Elsa. We did some fire stations in Mission. I mean,
that's cool.
We handled multi-million-dollar projects on a superintendent level. So that from that point, it really showed me, okay, now on a larger scale, how do you handle these guys? You know, how do you communicate with these guys? How do you, you know, bring your ideas, and how do you bring this plan that was this thick into a project that is now serving the community, right? It was just a really cool time for me, especially being so young, and I saw the challenge of proving myself as like an opportunity,
Right.
And I said, you know what, this is a time for me to take it to the next level and grow.
Yeah.
And I just always remember having these conversations with my dad, and maybe my dad doesn't, he's not involved in this business, he doesn't run his own company, but he always planted the seed in me, and he pushed it, and he always watered it.
You're right.
And he would always tell me, mira, mijo, si aquel puede, tú también puedes. Like, if that person's doing it, obviously it's not impossible. Like, you have the power to do it, whatever it is. And he's like, and you're going to do it, and you're going to do it. And he would always tell me, he's like, you're not going to be part of the pack. He's like, I want you to be the leader, whatever that looks like.
Right.
So I just grew up with this positivity, being fed into my ears, often and all the time. So, I'm the youngest of three. I have two older sisters, Nancy and Cindy. Cindy actually helps me out now in the office. She has an accounting degree. She helps me out in the accounting. She's doing great. So I finally have clean books. But yeah,
what's going on?
Which is a struggle, right?
a
For
struggle,
builders,
man.
bro.
It's
a huge struggle.
It's a huge struggle. So she's doing great, and now I feel confident so that I can focus on what I'm doing on my day to day. But I mean, I just grew up with that being thrown in my ear. Was one is, if that person can do it, you can do it.
Right.
Two, you're going to be the leader, and three, if you're going to do something, you're going to do it right.
Right.
Yeah.
You have your name to represent. So part of me, when I was deciding at the beginning, was, what am I going to name my company, right? It was like, I'm going to name it, granted there's a lot of people that use their last name, but I saw it as a personal thing, and I said, I'm going to put my name behind it. Now I have a bigger responsibility to show my dad and show my community.
Can't mess up.
Can't mess up. Don't mess up my last
That's
name.
your name, bro.
Don't mess up my last name.
That's your name.
But it's a good name, bro.
So I mean, that's just kind of where I came from, and that's been my mission. And there's little speed bumps along the way, but the idea is like, we're gonna continue to be there. We're gonna continue to be in our community. We're gonna continue doing things the right way. Always focused on achieving and building and turning in a quality product.
Right.
Most families are gonna live a long time or for the rest of their lives. So
Right.
there's a big commitment, and there's a big responsibility behind everything that we do.
What are some of the services that Gomez 3 offers? Y'all do construction.
We do construction, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so we do ground up. So my background was in drafting and design. So it because of the time that it is involved behind designing, I do a lot of times the preliminary work, and I do have a team behind me that they take care of everything else. So this is the idea, just roll with it. And give me the engineering, give me everything.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, they turn it around within a week, and here are the plans.
You're moving.
We're moving along, yeah. So we have, over the years, we've established ourselves, and we weeded out the people that are not thinking the same that I am, and
Right.
We have a really solid team.
It takes time though
It's
to
time,
develop that team.
It's time, it doesn't happen overnight.
No, bro.
I hear
You
people
weed
that
through- you weed through
weed
people.
it.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's definitely not.
But it's going to become easier. It
gets easier
as we communicate more.
Yeah.
And we talk about, okay, well, this is what I got. This is what I got. This is what I look for. This is what's worked for me.
Yep.
These are the mistakes that I've made. We can affect builders moving forward in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years to make better decisions so that they can get to that point quicker. We've had to struggle to get there.
Along the lines, you almost become a psychologist.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
You become a psychologist.
Marriage
You have
counselor.
to. Yeah.
How many marriages have you saved?
Yeah, so I mean, if we have a new subcontractor, I already have kind of a little list of questions that I asked them.
Yeah.
If I don't like, some of the response, you know what, I'll call you.
It ain't
back.
gonna work out.
It's just not going to work out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it works a lot of ways. But over the years, we've really tried to focus on building a quality product. We do new construction. A lot of our focus has been on single family recently.
Yes, sir.
Since I launched on my own, that's kind of been my focus. Going back to where I'm coming from and how this translates into me getting back into construction was 2008 happens, that whole mess. I go out of town. I did have a great job, great career with this company, and they treated me very well. But I traveled a lot.
Right.
And around the time I started having kids, and I just felt the need to be closer to them. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna have to hang my cleats I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
People in San Antonio they freaked out. They said, what the hell are you doing?
You sure?
You know, the salary was great. They treated me well. I mean, everything was great. But my family ties just brought me back.
You took a shot.
I took a shot. So I went back to school, got a therapy degree. I mean, I didn't even know what therapy was. My sister worked actually in a therapy clinic. So she's the one that introduced me to it. And I got back into that. And, 3 years later, I got my therapy degree. So I did therapy for a while. And the reason I got back into this whole thing was I didn't even think about construction anymore. For a long time.
Because 2008, I mean, that put a lot of us.
Traumatized a lot of people, right? So I didn't even think about construction anymore. Graduated 2013, worked at a couple clinics. And I remember one of my peers, an occupational therapist, she said, hey, you used to do construction, right? I want to build a house. You think you can help me out? And I said, yeah, I mean, I really haven't talked to subs in a long time, but let me reach out and let me try to help you out. And next thing you know, I built her a house over there by Tres Lagos, as a matter of fact.
That's awesome.
Built her a house, and then obviously, another peer, hey, well, help me out. And, one house led to two, and then two led to four, and then four led to eight, and then just I'm back in the game. And for a while, I was full-time there, and I was doing full-time this and running 3 or 4 houses, and it got insane. Yeah. My days were 5 a.m. to like 10 p.m.
Takes a toll.
Yeah. So, and I did that for about 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was just a really hectic time. But, I mean, at the time, it was just, this is what I want to do. I want to do it, and I'm going to do it. And then one of the things for me that really pushed me over the edge to decide, okay, I have to focus on one. I'm not focusing here 100%.
Right.
I'm not focusing here 100%. So I got to make that choice. And it was kind of hard because it was a great career. My stress level was at an all-time low.
Yeah, comfort's good, right?
Yeah, I mean, and a shout out to my rehab manager, Aaron, and I think, some people in the room might know who I'm talking about. Great guy. He allowed me to do both at the same time.
Right.
So we have a really great relationship, and he's another one of my mentors, actually. We keep up regularly, and I told him, well, I have to make this decision. Unfortunately, I have to decide one or the other, and my roots bring me back to this industry, and so I kind of let that go. But it was a long talk with my family, and you sure you want to do this? And I said, you know what? At the end of the day, I don't want to come to the end of my life with a what if.
What if?
Right.
What if
I don't want to go back to a what if. Well, what if I would have tried it?
Yeah.
Not knowing. If it didn't succeed, I at least tried it.
Amás siempre dice que atrás del miedo está el dinero.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
you gotta just go for it.
You just gotta go for it. So that was really the deciding factor. And not having kids was another thing that really pushed me. Was if my kids ever decide to do their own company or they come across a situation where they're like, I don't know what to do, I wanted to have the ability to give them first-hand knowledge of, hey, I did this worked out for me, or hey, I did this, it didn't work out for me.
Right.
And versus like, well, pues I guess, I mean,
figure it out.
I wanted to have first-hand knowledge on what to tell my kids.
That is a beautiful thing, because we talk about just going back a little bit to the conversation that you had with your dad, and him telling you, if he can do it, you can do it.
And that was in the back of my mind the whole time.
Your dad had never owned his own business.
No.
Right? And so if he's trying to push his kids forward, his best advice to you was, baby, if he can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
And that was enough, right? Yeah. Because, I share that sentiment with you, because my dad told me the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And it left a huge impact.
Yeah.
So pops out there, fathers out there.
All the fathers,
man.
Huge. Yeah.
That little anecdote. If you get nothing else out of this podcast, but being fatherhood is important to you. That
little
conversation.
It leaves an impression.
A huge impact. And so but then, right? How do you pay it forward?
Yep.
Okay. Well, now you have owned a business.
Yep.
And think about all the advice that you can give your kids.
Yep.
Moving forward.
First-hand advice that
your dad maybe at that point wasn't able to give you.
Yep.
And the advice that he did give you made you successful. If the advice that you have, along with the advice that your father gave you, if you can pass that on to your kids, think about how successful they can be, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And
So
that's generational
it changes
generations.
generations. It changes generations, and going
That's
back
legacy.
That's legacy. Yeah. Going back to my pops, I mean, he didn't own a business, but very minimal school education.
Yeah.
He comes over here, works the bodegas, typical migrant worker and all that, which is, nothing against that. But he felt the need of, I want to do better for my family.
Yeah.
They were in a different mentality, and that's how he kind of got pulled into getting into the oil rig business,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
My Theo, he helped him out to get into that position, but my dad took that and he ran with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zero English.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time, we're talking about in the 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, where the Mexicans were bottom of the barrel. I remember him telling me we were known as gusanos.
Yeah.
We were the gusanos. I mean, you were just known as a gusano. Like,
Yeah.
you're a worm.
Yeah.
Like, you don't mean anything. You just do that and just do it because the people on top, weren't Mexican.
Yeah.
So he had to battle that, and I would see that, and I said, you know what? My dad doesn't even know English, and he was in an predominantly English field,
Right, industry.
like super controlled by non-Mexicans, and he was very successful. I mean, he climbed the ranks, and he ended up running entire projects. I mean,
Yeah.
so for me, it was I have these big shoes to fill,
Yep.
Right.
and I may not ever fill them, but I'm gonna try.
No, and importantly so, and maybe the part of the reason that he gave you that advice is one of the most important things that if you're going to be successful at anything,
Yeah.
elementary, basic, just the bottom of the stuff, just believe in yourself.
You gotta
Yourself.
believe in
If
yourself.
they can, you can.
Yep. I mean, they obviously did it. It's not impossible.
Yep.
So
It's
So
a
I-
beautiful
yeah,
thing.
It's
so
beautiful,
that just
bro.
resonated throughout my childhood, throughout my
Yeah.
teenage years, and through as an adult and
Yeah.
as a father. I mean, I just my mom also, she was a housewife. I mean, she cared for us, and she taught me the value of being kind and having compassion. And my dad taught me ponte a jalar. My
Yeah.
mom was the softer one, obviously. So I was fortunate enough to have them in my life still. And I owe credit where
All
credit
of
is
it,
due.
all of it,
So
Yeah.
all of it.
Definitely, bro.
definitely. So
Definitely.
yeah, I mean it's been a really cool journey along the way, and going back, fast forward now, what's going on in my business is we keep the same philosophy. We try to keep that same philosophy is do things right. I mean, and I keep saying that because that's just in the back of my head.
It's
One
not
thing-
a complicated formula,
It's
bro.
not very complicated.
One thing that I've also noticed in the podcast have been that people that have been very successful have listened to their parents or take what their parents have said. Like you speaking of your father, you obviously love and you respect your father. The Smith brothers, they were to them they glorified their dad. Abeo his mom. Everyone has that I'm the product of. I believe I'm the product of my parents.
Of course,
And all children are products of their parents. Of
course.
And I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys if it wasn't for my parents.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
They paved the way.
They opened the door because I mean they are the ones that started the company.
Yeah.
I'm just a product, and I hear all this and I think I'm about to be a dad, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm thinking to myself like, bro, like I just want to be a good dad like my dad and my mom, like because they've like how you say, man, I want to do the right thing at all. That's it, just the right thing, and I hear you speak and the conversations that me and Efrain have when I call Efrain, like they'll last like 15-20 minutes at a time, but it's always positive, bro. Like it's just like, hey, wait, ¿dónde andas? ¿Qué estás haciendo? How are you doing? How's everything going? Like it's always positive. It's never bad, bro.
You know what's really cool, man, that we don't know this yet, but it's going to happen, is that if you think about the impact that your father had on you, and the impact that you're going to have on your kids, and then we correlate that with what we're creating with STBA.
Yeah.
If you can fast forward and try to imagine what STBA is going to look like, so long as we stay on the same path, 10, 15, 20 years from now, when our kids are doing this.
Yep. We had those. I mean, it goes back to
Bro,
yeah.
when our kids are doing this.
Yeah.
And they're on a podcast, and you're sitting at home chilling because
Watching it.
you're done. with work, and you're kicking back, and they're having these podcasts and talking about what their fathers did for them and what they're working on together.
I mean, imagine.
Imagine.
I was telling you, I knew your pops Ruben, right?
Oh, yeah.
I knew him, right? I just never really hung around with him. But I was telling you, he's a super cool guy, man. He's like part of the guys, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, so we're having this conversation right now, and, your pop's been in the industry for a long time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just imagine him, and I'm pretty sure he's tuned in, like just seeing Mario, like, hey, look, Mario's, podcast, and, interviewing other builders, and Louis, Master Munoz, and, all these other guys, and doing all these cool things, right? As a father, you're.
I wanted you to golf with Dad, bro. Like, I did that purposely because
he's a cool guy.
I wanted you to meet Pop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the old man is he's my hero, bro. Like, he raised me, and he's somebody that I love very much, and I am who I am, and I am the success that I've had with my real estate career and stuff that I'm doing with him. It's all because of him, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
remember we were going through some difficult time, and I won't talk about what difficult time, but you and I were having a conversation. I was like, dude, I really need the advice of your dad. Can you put him on the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a super
And
cool
so
guy,
now,
man.
and so now, right? If you just think about that, bro. So now, I don't need to just seek the advice of my dad. I get to seek the advice of his dad.
Of a village.
Of a village, bro.
Yeah. That's crazy, right?
Beautiful thing.
So
That's
I
why.
can't wait to see this 15, 20 years from now.
So yeah, I mean, a big part of it is that. I mean, and I can't take, I definitely can't take all the credit myself on, whatever little success I've had is, we've had our late nights, we've had our early mornings, we've had our hiccups, we've had our speed bumps, we've had our, whatever. But our parents have played a big role. I'm a firm believer. I may not go to church all the time, but I do believe in a higher being.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course,
sir.
I got to give props to my family. I
see
just saw that they're here a little while ago. So, they're the biggest driving forces.
Of course.
Is my wife Victoria and my 3 kids. Part of the big reason why I took the leap of faith was I have people looking at me now.
Yeah, because you got to.
You have to, like,
You ain't got no options.
there's people looking up to you, and you're their Superman, and you can't let them down.
Yes, sir.
So you're gonna be a dad, and you're gonna see it, man. You're gonna feel your daughter, and it's a life-changing moment, and you're gonna realize,
I already want to meet her.
Yeah, it's
already
a
wanna meet
super
her.
cool feeling, man. So yeah, I mean, we're all super happy for you and your family, and you'll see in yourself, man, that's just gonna push you
Even more so.
even more.
Yeah.
Like you feel that you're, hyped up times 10 at the
yeah.
minimum. Yeah. It's cool.
That's crazy.
It's cool. So
I love you guys, bro.
hey, and talking about
love you, bro.
talking about village, like you guys are part of my village. There's a village. I mean, there's a rowdy crowd back here.
Yeah.
I mean, if they have a minute or two to spare for
You
this,
guys want to come sit in?
You want to sit in or no?
where's Mr. Jaime? Is he still here? No, he took off.
Did Jaime leave?
Come on, guys,
It's super loud.
Here we go. If anybody
Let's
wants to
get
know,
everybody in here, bro.
Dan was the
In case
main
Dan doesn't-
component
Yeah.
for the golf tournament.
In case everybody didn't know who Dan is. How are you, bro? Long time no see.
So part of my village is these guys sitting next to me and across from me and
Can we tell the board? Can we please order some more freaking mics and headphones? Can we get that approved?
We need to figure out a way to add them to this.
Look, you know what? Hair and makeup, I'm giving up on. Hey, right? But at least some mics.
Testing.
there's those that
We're giving up on the
whatever,
podcast
whatever.
at Cancun.
or at least some cups, like foam cups, like hey.
I vote yay.
More mics, more headphones.
I vote yay.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we get,
Ulysses will figure it out. Figure out how we can
Efren's
connect
got my
some more
back.
stuff to
we
this.
just need
bro.
we just need
need
2
to
more
do it.
votes.
talking about?
We need another 4 microphones.
We're talking about some good juicy stuff.
yeah.
In case we don't
The
know,
Slayer.
Hey, this right here.
should we introduce the?
Don't let Dan forget the mic, all right? Because once he gets on the mic, he's not letting it go.
We're karaokeing here.
Didn't the videos go viral? Right, the videos are viral at this point from that golf tournament karaoke.
So unless
What song did we sing, Dan?
So unless you've been living under a rock, this is Mr. Dan Cantu, this is Mr. Sergio Melendez,
AKA Mortgage.
AKA Mr. Mortgage, AKA Mr. Domain over here. Jaime was somewhere, but
Yeah, I don't know what you want.
Ahorita llega, he'll be like, what the
he
hell?
likes to be fashionably late.
Yes,
We get around that.
Yeah,
he wants us to beg him to come in.
yeah.
Please, Jaime, come back.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, going back to, this is my village is, these guys, we have this little group chat every morning that Jaime usually wakes us up to.
Do you ever sleep?
Hey, I'll tell you what, Dan has been the first one these past couple of days. What's up with that?
That's what I was talking to Jaime. I was talking to Jaime about it. He's like, man, you're awake already? Like, damn. Like
Is he waking up or falling asleep? One of the two.
Is he in the picture? Do we need to scoot over? Do we need to scoot in a little bit more?
What's going on, Mr. Jaime? Yeah. And again, if you've been living under a rock, this is Mr. Jaime Lee Gonzalez with a Jaime Lee Gonzalez team.
Officially my celebrity crush.
Officially my second celebrity crush, right behind Mr. Cantu.
Right behind Cantu. Dan Cantu.
So we got so let's just kind of like from big picture perspective, we got a realtor. We got a realtor, a builder, and a lender walk into a bar. And a developer.
Who's going to pass out first?
What was the rate?
Something good has to be cooking.
Something has to be happening. Something's
about to go wrong.
or right in a very wrong way.
In a very wrong way, yeah. Hey, but I appreciate you guys coming by. I mean, I love and respect everybody that's here. Jaime, Dan, Sergio, Ronnie, Mario. I mean, it's really great that you guys took a little bit of your time of your day, your busy day, right, to make it out here, and I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Absolutely. Yep. And every time we throw something out, I mean, you guys are the first ones to respond, and yeah, I'm down, whatever it is. Just,
You guys are always there. All you guys.
I think on that chat, I don't even think we wait to hear what it is. It was just everybody down. Oh, yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Where we going?
Well, see, you have to be there to make it happen,
Yeah.
Like, if you're not there, well, nothing's going to happen. It's not going to happen, of course.
Yeah.
We're meeting here. I'm down. What are we doing? I don't know, but we're down.
If you're not there, it won't happen.
Yeah. So it's really cool, but I know you already had a podcast. I mean, if you don't know Jaime, I don't know where the hell you've been, right? Mr. Mortgage. I mean, great guy. I mean, doing his thing also. Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, all over the place. So it really means a lot that you guys are here.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, we wouldn't have missed it, man. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Glad to participate and support, man. That's what it's all about.
it's a good team, bro. At the end of the day, right? You got to build a team of like-minded individuals,
Like-minded.
and I think that's definitely what we're trying to create, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Absolutely.
Which is cool.
So what's going on with you guys? What's going on?
Crazy world out there.
We're still selling.
We're still selling nonstop.
We had a mortgage rate hike today.
How's that?
It's fine. It had already been priced in, so we had anticipated that, and so rates are.
It didn't affect
settled.
our mortgage
Not
rates. Not today. Cool.
Not today. Yeah, we had already priced. We had already priced it in. Rates are floating in the high sixes.
Yeah.
Which is still
It's still
okay.
good. Yeah.
It's okay. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Nothing to panic about.
Yeah.
I think people start getting freaked out when they see sevens.
Yeah.
And so sixes is still comfortable
Right.
for a lot of folks. So
Right.
they're good.
Yeah.
Good with
Yeah, the
that.
people that are looking to buy and the people that are looking to invest are not stopping. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna make a difference. Especially at this point where everybody has already accustomed to the changes. I think that we're no longer in a situation where they're in panic mode or
Sticker shock. Isn't
right.
there
Right.
anymore.
Yeah, it's not happening.
They're settling into the rates.
Right.
So to
Absolutely.
speak.
In the last 4 days, I listed over 4 or 5 fourplexes, and I think we have one left.
Like, Jaime and I have, 4 deals
4
already?
deals in just this week.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just Monday, from Monday, Tuesday, yesterday.
And at full price, $450.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
$550.
Yeah.
So, who's scared? Not the people that are invested in the valley.
Yeah.
And they want more. They want more.
A lot of
There's
times
more to come.
people ask, well, when is the right time to buy? I mean, the response is today.
Yeah.
You know, today. You wait till tomorrow.
Yesterday
guess
already
what?
passed.
Yesterday,
Se van a quedar viendo.
Yesterday already passed. You can't do that.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I had a a potential client come into the office yesterday, and they were asking a bunch of questions, and we try to inform them, and I try to inform myself, so that I have something to inform my clients, right? And it's she was asking me this and that, and what should I do, and I have this money, what should I invest? I want to build a house or build a multifamily or a duplex, and at the end of the day, it's well, first of all, we have to get you pre-qualified to see where you're at, and second of all, what's your long-term goal? What are you looking at doing? But at the end of the day, it's she's telling me, well, yeah, but I mean, a couple years ago, the fourplexes were, 290 and 320, whatever, and I was like, well, that wasn't that long ago, that was just maybe a handful of years ago. Yeah. And where are we at now? I mean, if we want to build a fourplex, we're at this price, and it's almost double, right? So I was telling her if you want, she's asking me, what should I do
right now?
She's asking me, what should I do? And I said, what you should not do is wait. Right. Yeah. You can't wait, because you wait a year or two. Guess what? Well, first of all, nobody knows what's going to happen in a year or two. Second of all, I can almost guarantee you, I know what's going to happen is things are going to keep going up.
Well, if you look at if you put this on a graph and you look at trajectory is going to tell you it's not headed down.
Nope.
It's continuing to.
I mean,
climb.
it has very minor, maybe plateaus or adjustments, but overall, the trend is
always
on the average is 4% growth year after year. Sometimes they're higher, maybe a little bit lower sometimes, but in real estate, it's really hard to get it wrong. Mm-hmm. It's really hard, right? So, to anybody that's thinking about investing or building or whatever, start today.
To the people that are looking to invest in fourplexes, what are your requirements? What are you asking? Are you asking for anything down? Or are you, what's a
What's that?
Pues yeah, I mean, it depends if you're going to be doing, if you're going to live there, pues it's only 3% down. 3.5. I send them over to Mr. Mortgage over here. He'll hook them up.
No, I'm asking like
But if you're an
for
investor-
like in a reservation or an investor. Do you ask them for like 30,000 down to get on contract, or are you just getting people on contract?
If you want to get the lot, then yeah, we just ask for 5,000 down, and you just have the lot and you build on it. But if you're going to do the whole fourplex, we can do a fourplex for you, like easy, and then plus you get your own financing. But that's what I'm saying. Like if you're going to do.
So out of the four you listed, the three that are gone already, those are people that are going to build. They're going, and you're going to build it for them.
Yes, we're building them right now. Actually, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're building them right now, so they'll be ready by October.
And do you
We're
ask
talking about the ones at Park Terrace?
Yeah. The Park
so
Terrace, yeah.
on those,
Because
like, do
Ronnie
you
sold out, right, Ronnie?
We're sold out. Yeah,
we're sold out. So I have like maybe 2 left.
No,
because
like I know some people that they'll be like, okay, in order for you to get on contract, I need like 20,000, 25,000, or depending. Is it something similar to what you're doing?
Yeah, with us, it's 5,000 down, but of course, you're going to go with your bank, and your bank is going to ask you your own requirement. Yeah, exactly. Your own requirements. So it's going to be either 25% down, or if you're going to live there, plus it's 3.5%.
Okay.
What's the average as an investment property? Was it 25% usually from the buyer?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's typical, right?
Right. If you go in the conventional loan route as an investor, or even
as an investor, yeah.
or even if you're going to live in it, if you go conventional, it's 25% for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
If you go to local bank and you try to buy it as an investment property, they may do it at 20% down. So most local banks will do it at 20% down. We have some programs that'll do 20% down too.
Yeah.
But then if you do it as your primary going the FHA loan route,
Right.
it's 3.5% down.
3.5 plus whatever. So you ask for like a $5,000 deposit on the contract.
It goes towards the 3.5, right?
Right.
That's what they put down. Right.
Yeah.
It goes towards it. So we're good. We're good. There.
Whoever's listening, take notes, man, because this is good information.
Hey, and going back,
2 left.
and going back to
Get on them.
Hurry.
$5,000 to get you on a fourplex.
Right. And going back to to surrounding yourself with a village. Ronnie's played a big part in a lot of the decision making that I make. And I remember Dan. I mean, talking about my trajectory, I've known Dan for 4 years, maybe.
Just a little over 4 years.
Yeah, 4
I
years.
remember.
Yeah,
I met you there at where did I meet you?
I don't remember, man.
At let me see.
It's been a while. I don't even remember.
We come up where we met.
I'm sure it was a good time.
Probably
We didn't
somebody's
remember.
house.
Did y'all meet first?
No, we met first.
I
yeah.
knew Dan.
Oh, God,
yeah, I
through
knew
Gilbert.
Dan.
Through
Gilbert.
Gilbert. Yeah,
I remember
through
the
Gilbert.
first time I met Dan, dude. I was so fucking scared, bro.
Why?
You're scared.
So he walked into my dad's house, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And Dad's like, "Oh, this is a
Who's this
developer."
beautiful
And I was just like, "Oh my god, it's a developer!"
That was actually like 10 years ago. Probably.
I've known this guy forever.
That was
bro.
2014, somewhere around 10 years ago. You're barely that baby.
I was
bro.
in high school
You
when I
were
met
like,
you.
yeah,
I was like,
18,
who is
17.
this guy? I remember you and Shabby walked into Dad's office, and I was like, Dad's like, nah, dude, there's some developers, some buy some lots or whatever. And I was like, holy shit, like, there's some developers here.
Yeah. So, but you know what? And the funny thing is that you were scared, but Dan is like the coolest, nicest person you might ever meet.
Y'all
He's
should
a
have seen him.
teddy bear, bro.
Y'all should have seen him
Yeah,
at the
teddy
golf
bear.
tournament.
Yeah,
That was the
the
coolest
most-
shit ever.
One of the
bro.
most giving persons that I know, genuinely giving.
Yeah.
You know that you know a lot of times expects.
Man,
nothing
you
in
got
return.
you got.
It depends. It depends.
It depends on the person, right?
Who you are.
It depends what you want me to give you.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so Dan has been a big part of my success, and you know, he's given me tips and you know things along the way that have helped me grow, not only as a business person, but even on the personal level. I mean, I've asked you like, hey man, your girls are all like super successful kids and stuff. So, I mean, we've grown together, you know, business and on the personal level. Sergio, like, I mean, recently I haven't known Sergio for very long.
Nah.
But, you know, I can even piggyback on a lot of stuff that, you know, that we've been working on kind of on the back end on some other stuff. But, you know, wealth of information. I mean, he's a walking encyclopedia, especially when it comes to finances and
Yep.
numbers. I mean, you name it. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, so you surround yourself with people that are nombre.
You should have an answer to anything at any point in this industry.
Exactly. So I have the, you know, confidence to say if a situation comes up, I will know the answer.
Yeah.
I will find the answer. You know, in our group
Like
chat, we
that.
have an attorney. You know, we have, you know, so it's you build a sense of confidence, right?
Yeah.
On you know,
And that's the way it should be. You know, people who know already, they should help out. Like, even if you don't help me, I'm gonna help you.
Right.
You know, it
Right.
doesn't matter. Like, hey, you
pay it forward.
Yeah, you pay it forward. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Like, exactly right.
You pay it forward. So you know, thank you very much to everybody that's here present. Is you know, I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.
Hell yeah. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
We still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Valley's growing like crazy, right?
Definitely.
Domain probably does the most research, right? From the
We have a lot of exciting things coming up. So.
yes, right. And so I'm sure you guys
And
know
it's
of all
catching
the,
wind.
all the good
It's
stuff.
catching
Next
wind.
couple of weeks, you'll see.
People are noticing, and there's people wanting to come in to the valley and expand. You know, so
We had a lunch with
it was very interesting.
Carlos.
It was
Munoz.
very
How
interesting.
did that go? GPI on that one.
Bro, I didn't even know.
Yeah, okay,
honestly,
so
I had no idea until after the lunch who this guy was.
Yeah, we didn't know who
You didn't know who that guy was?
No, we didn't know who he was, bro.
What?
Yeah,
No
so
clue.
we get a call. I got a call from the owner.
I was here.
We got a call from the owner of 57 Concrete, and
This
he's like,
sounds fake. Okay, but go.
yeah,
ahead.
and he was like, "Vamos a
does,
comer."
it
He
does.
was like, "Vamos a comer." Invita a Ronnie, and I was like, "Okay, all right." So we sit down, and before Ronnie got there, people kept coming up to this guy and asking him for pictures, and I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
And why aren't you asking
Wait,
me for
so you
pictures?
didn't know who this guy was?
No, I didn't know who this was or anything, and I'm
Do
just
you know
like,
who that was? No. I didn't know.
dude, and I'm just like there, and I'm like, okay, but once he starts speaking and you start listening to him, you're like, okay, like this guy is not
He knows
dumb.
something.
Yeah, like I was like, okay, like this guy knows what he's speaking, and he knows how to talk, and his way of communicating, it was very direct. And it was just like, okay, and I mean, they're looking to coming over here, man, and
helping fund projects,
helping
for
fund
builders.
projects, man.
for builders.
Yeah. So they're looking into doing some good stuff, bro. So it's gonna be interesting. They want to get a group of guys with an STBA, and he invited all of us out to Monterrey and see what he's doing out there,
We
what
haven't
they're
talked
building.
about that yet, right?
No.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be it's interesting to see.
End of August.
Yes, sir. At the end
early
of
September.
Yeah.
Any builders that want to go,
Yep.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go work.
Yeah, we're gonna.
A lot
Yeah.
of work, a lot of fun.
interesting.
Can Efren come out with us, please? It'll be a good. I think it'll be a really good event. Educational, man.
I actually talked to them already about it, and the way that they want to do it is they want to do for us to leave early in the morning here. The earlier the better. Get out there early by 9 o'clock, the latest. Go through the tour of what they're developing from subdivision sky rises in Monterrey. After that, do a podcast with Carlos, and then have lunch. Finish the day there at their corporate office, and then come back. It would just be a full 1 day experience. Anybody that wants to go from us to be, you're welcome to. We were invited as an organization, so that thing we need to find is transportation.
No, we
Yeah.
can get like, we can find
We'll be fine. We'll figure it out. This guy has 1.1 million followers.
1.1 million followers, and he's the author of 43 books.
Yeah. I follow him on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was, man. I kept seeing people come up to him asking for pictures. I was like, who is this guy? I was like, who am I sitting with? Like, I didn't know. I was like, what?
It's like going to lunch with Jaime Gonzalez.
No puedo comer.
No, but he does not have the same calves that this guy does, man.
No.
You wish.
No, we're close.
Can we see Jaime's calves? Please? Jaime's calves
need to do a
are
calf
amazing
calendar.
by the
A calf calendar.
Literally a cameo or capio.
Calfio.
Oye, so for the next golf tournament, we're gonna do best dressed. All right.
damn, that's a good category.
Shorts.
If anyone would have won this, it would have been
Are we doing the shortest
I saw
shorts?
Jaime's picture. I was like, this guy's dressed better than everybody. He's not even playing. What the hell's going on?
And he doesn't play.
He doesn't play.
Best shoes, best cap.
I don't know. I saw Charlie out there too, bro. And Charlie.
Yeah,
He's
Charlie
always on
took the
point.
cake,
Charlie's
man.
always on point.
Charlie
man.
was all
So
on point.
you got competition.
We want
Charlie
to
had
do
like $20,000 worth of clothes and accessories,
And
watch,
that was
the
from the
watches,
waist
the
down.
necklace.
From the waist down, it was like 20K. From the waist up, it was like 30.
He thought he was in a PGA.
and then he quit early.
Taking the price tags off.
A mortgage question. Can I get a home equity line of credit or something like that to buy gear?
Because golf is expensive.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, so the tournament was awesome, right?
Yes,
Everything
sir.
was great.
Thank you so much for the help, man.
Yeah,
And,
it was awesome.
for anybody that doesn't know, like I said earlier,
incredible.
Dan
It was
contributed a lot of his time, and
I woke up
you know,
early just to go at 7 in the morning.
He did.
I was up at 5.
You know it's a special day when Dan wakes up early.
I never wake up early.
I was up at 5, and Dan sends a text in this group that we have, right? And I'm like, let's go. And then he's like, what do you mean you're going already? And I sent, because I've sent the picture of the highway. I was like, I'm on my way. And Dan's like, I'm taking Shipley's. I'll be right there.
Get some donuts.
I'll pick up some donuts. I'll be right there.
Shout out to the guys from Juniors, man. They stepped
Oh,
up and
yes.
helped us.
Yes.
Dan and I were gonna burn the meat. But
We ended up giving we gave him some money.
Hold on. You left them in charge of the meat?
Yo, the two guys, no, they appointed themselves. They're like, we'll take care of the barbecue. Okay, well, I figured they could barbecue. Next thing I know, they're like, dude, we don't know how to barbecue.
Whatever you do, bro, don't ever let this guy cook. Ever.
We ended up doing that.
What do you mean? You were over there barbecue?
Surprise sponsor.
Déjenlo. There is a story. Yeah, there is a story.
We did a extra sponsorship for the cooking, so we gave him a little money onto the guy, and he kept all the everything that we got for him and everything like that. So he was happy.
That's awesome.
Look, bro, we don't know what we're doing. Here's $100 bill.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's awesome.
Bro, so how did we get Juniors to sponsor that? That's really cool.
The one of the store is actually my dad's deal.
Yeah.
It's his
Okay.
godfather, and there, it's Theo
They're
Felix.
expanding,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. We have we had that connection, and I mean, Theo Felix has always been a helper of the community. His story is actually very amazing.
We need to get him on the podcast.
Yes, sir. That would be awesome. He has a story just like everybody else. Humble beginning. He was selling tacos. He had a little grocery stand on the side of the road, if I'm not mistaken. But thank you to Mr. Felix and Joe Castillo. It's his brother-in-law. He's actually who I coordinated with, and there was no questions, no nothing. They were just like, hey, what do you want? What do you need? I remember I showed up the day before, and picked up the meat, picked up everything, and they were just like, dude, take more, like whatever. And
everybody loved it, dude.
it was awesome.
Everybody loved it.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
It was
The
awesome.
food was actually really good, man.
You gotta do another one.
I was melting out there, but I had a great time.
No, and that's what I was saying, that for in November we're gonna have another one, and Ronnie and I have already spoken about it, and that we're gonna do a best dress award. We're gonna do the hosts. We want the hosts to go all out. Like Hyman, you might win that one.
We're builders.
You know what? Hey, just give the trophy right now to this guy.
No, sir. I'm going to hire
just,
a professional. I'm going to get trained on fashion. As a matter of fact, Efren and I are doing that training right after our
It's
golf
not gonna
training.
happen overnight.
See, we
dress
have
up like-
golf training followed by fashion,
Fashion training.
Dress up like Ken from Barbie.
How to walk properly, how to show off your stuff, how to show off your
How to pick up the ball and
Yes,
everything. Yeah.
yeah.
Get the hamstrings involved in that one.
The twist and bend, or what's it called? It's from Legally Blonde. What is it?
Dude, I just like to drive the golf cart. So they're driving around
The
the golf
snap-
cart.
Hey, you know what?
It has to be the best golf driver award.
We almost fell into the water a couple of times with the golf cart.
I heard you were thrown on the ground recording Charlie and shit. Is it true?
We just want to apologize to Los Lagos golf cart number 42.
It's still in the water right now.
I apologize.
Oh, that's
The wheels are
hilarious.
falling off.
That's hilarious. But
Hey, are we gonna have like a pimped out golf cart or something award or no?
God,
What's going on with
someone
that?
show up with a golf cart. Someone show up with a golf cart.
Eduardo will win that one.
Does he have a nice one?
Hey, honestly, Mr. Lopez, Eduardo
Went all
Lopez
out,
had a great hole. He
went all out.
He went all out.
He went all out.
Yeah, he was
he had-
very involved. He
Yeah.
did have a whole setup, with food and
Bartenders.
water.
He had a little game if you would putt and make it.
He was very excited that it was held there.
We had the
right,
DJ
yeah.
and there was a barbecue, the open bar. Everybody
Yeah.
loved that.
We need to get him on a podcast. Mr.
Yeah.
Lopez. He's got
That
a
would
good
be
story
nice.
too, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was awesome. And like I said, thank you to everybody that on such short notice took part of it. And that's one thing that we're trying to push towards the gallery. The gallery is something that we've also made a competition. And I firmly believe it's going to bring the best out of every builder. And I really want every builder to be a part of something that's going to give them back in return. Because in order to say that you're an award-winning builder, it's something to be proud of, man. And our awards are going to be top tier because you're not competing against anybody that other than top tier builders, and that the work is going to speak for
So
itself.
that comes down to the gallery, right?
Yeah.
We're going to try to get everybody in the gallery.
Yep. Everything comes
If you
down to
haven't
the
signed
gallery.
up for the gallery, sign up already.
Hey, I know we're talking
It's
about
gonna
doing
come pretty quick.
like
Very quick.
multifamily. Is that still a thing?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is there going to be an award for multifamily?
So we're doing awards for 4plexes and we're doing awards for 6plexes. So we're going for it. Like, this is no joke. Like,
The,
hey,
the
man.
website will be up on Friday.
Yes, sir.
To sign up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The first payment has been made with Mr. Paco. I already took
Oh,
care of that.
okay,
Yes,
cool.
sir. I already took
Awesome,
care.
good.
Because he was like, I need to get moving. I was like, let's go. We don't have time. Like, let's go. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
cool.
Let's just start
Good.
moving. And he's been a front runner, and I appreciate him
Mm-hmm.
for helping and also taking a lot of the responsibility for the gallery because he believes in our camaraderie and he sees this. You know, we're having a podcast with Mr. Best Hair in the Valley here. And
we have a
everybody
Best Hair award for
everybody shows up.
Oh,
Everyone shows up, you know.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
I asked him the other day. I was like, "So do you
Can we get-
shampoo
can we
and
get
then
a zoom-in
condition, or do
shot
you
of,
condition and then shampoo?"
Let's get over here. Hold on. Jaime. Come on.
You didn't like Jaime. Otro.
Right there. Different.
Take another one.
On the spot, selfies here.
Live, baby.
Oh man, I appreciate all you guys here. Emiliano, man, he's still here. Ya cenó, ya comió, no. Emiliano no ha comido desde antier, yo creo. I asked him. When did I call you? Was that yesterday? Yesterday. I asked Emiliano. I said, "Hey, Emiliano, it would be an honor for me to have you part of this because he played a really big part of where I'm at today. 20 years ago." his response was, "Yes, I'll be right there."
I'll be right there.
So like to me that means a lot, right? And I mean, he's still here. I mean, so
Nice.
I don't. Maybe you're waiting for an Uber. I don't know.
He's waiting for some tacos. Waiting for some tacos.
You're in Westaco. It's gonna be a while.
I heard the tacos were the best here, dude.
Do they even have Uber here?
Hey, dude, the food here is
I
bomb.
heard the tacos were the best here. I don't know. I haven't tried them yet, but I want to try them. The tacos.
We're gonna try.
They,
Right
they
They're the
have
best tacos here?
lunches, bro. They have lunches.
Tacos, breakfast,
Oh, yeah, they should
dinner.
have brought a little like
A little spread.
You know what?
charcuterie board.
Where's the charcuterie board?
Can we get a charcuterie board with tacos?
Don't be stick. Nah, but thank you.
You guys hungry or what? Let me see.
Nah, I know.
Yeah, y'all want some food? Or y'all
I'm
good?
serious.
Yeah. You want some food?
Yeah, let me tell Mr. Trevino see if we can send something out.
So, what else does Domain have going on besides the fourplexes?
That's it, man. I mean, commercial stuff coming up.
We're in Westaco.
I can't-
Hello.
I can't-
Hello. We got fourplexes in Westaco.
We do have fourplexes in Westaco coming up in October, late September. Here they come 150 lots. The 150 lots. So basically, they're going to be right on Milanos and Pike, just 30 seconds from the expressway. I know Efrain has some there. Ronnie has some there. So he'll be sending them pretty quick.
How many
call
lots do
me.
you have left for builders looking?
None.
Less than half.
0. We're gonna buy them all.
Less than half, about probably 30 out of the 105, probably about 35.
And what is your requirements to getting a lot?
Just 2,000 to reserve, and hopefully once we're done in October, you got 40 days to close, and there we go. Start building. Start building the fourplex.
Nice.
It's,
If your hair doesn't look as good as Efren's,
Yeah,
you cannot buy lots from.
I already asked you. Do you condition
He
and
got
then
a discount.
shampoo, or do you
Efrain
shampoo?
got a
you got to
discount?
shampoo before you
Because
can.
his hair is so nice that he got a discount. So yeah, had to give him a discount.
It's the killer.
It's a Pantene or what is it?
It's suave, baby.
Must be
It can't be Suave.
It's Old
It
Spice.
can't be
baby.
How does that commercial go? It's not sex, it's herbal essence.
No, it's not sex. It's herbal
Oh,
essence.
your wife is here. What conditioner does he use? What conditioner does he use?
Hey, talking about
Vicky. Yeah, Pantene. Is it Pantene?
Those are trade secrets. I can't give that away. It's like
Yeah.
the secret sauce of McDonald's. You can't give that away. Hi, baby. Yeah, no. She signed this non-disclosure agreement on that.
Can't
It
give
was,
the
it was
secret
part of
away.
the whole marriage
Disclosure.
We didn't sign a prenup. We signed a non-disclosure on the hair.
non-disclosure.
Yeah, because you can't say your secrets. Everyone's gonna have your hair, dude.
That's funny.
I'll share my builder secrets, not my hair secrets. Relax.
That's why he takes so long to when we go out. He takes forever. He's like, I'm doing my hair. I'll be there in 2 hours.
I sent him the picture of him swinging the golf club. He's like, "Yo, that we start a magazine or what?"
We gotta do.
Solo.
Is that we start a calendar or what?
Look out for the STBA
Well, I mean,
2024
I'll-
calendar
Maybe
coming
we
soon.
should. Maybe we should do a calendar.
2024 calendar coming soon. We gotta make some money. Gotta make some money.
Dan, that was supposed to be low key. Dan,
Hey,
Front page Efrain.
I'll be your February.
Just wear. Just,
I'll be your
can we
February.
get some?
Just
we
wear.
get
Just
some
wearing
feedback?
chaps. Just wearing chaps.
Can we get some feedback on Facebook if you'd like to see a calendar
if you would
see a
like to
calendar
see a
for
builder
STBA,
calendar,
of the
A
builders?
golf calendar.
and if so, what month?
Yeah.
Which month? Yeah.
Best represents the builder.
No, Efrain, you'll get February, Efrain.
Not true.
Just a golf club. That's it.
Efrain is a Libra. What are you? Libra?
yeah, I'm a Libra. Yeah.
October, right?
September. September 25th. I actually share my birthday with my youngest son.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm a
He's
Libra
somewhere
too,
there.
bro.
I don't know where
You're a
he's
Libra
at,
too?
Yeah.
Libras are cool.
October
What?
16th.
You are?
I'm a 16th of October.
but Girito.
Yeah.
I'm a sag.
They're
I thought you were cool, bro.
No wonder
I sag.
No wonder I like you, bro.
That's what you are. You're a Sag. Libras are
December?
very fair and balanced, right? Vic? Very fair and balanced.
Más o menos. Perhaps.
Yes. Unos taquitos o algo ya. Sí.
Yes, sir.
Vamos pa botanear. Sí.
Thank you.
So tell them where this place is. It's for here on 1015.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
have,
10:15.
if you have gone to Progreso
Yeah, you have to see it.
if you have,
Exactly.
which most people have, you're not gonna miss this place.
Yeah, it's great.
It's the white looking hacienda
Yeah.
house on the right hand
With a
side,
lot of colors.
headed to Progreso.
Lots of
South-
color.
You can miss this place though.
It's
'cause
South
I
10.
miss this place.
It's South 1015 and 18th Street.
18th Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Once you pass Old 83, right?
Yes.
Start looking.
Plus, we're
for
gonna
it
go
on
to
the right.
Progreso right now after this, right?
Yeah, that's where we're going next.
We're gonna go practice our golf
we're
over
gonna
there.
go
Go get
after this.
refills. Botox
Some
refills.
dental work.
I'm gonna get a mani and petty. Whatever. Y'all do your thing.
Manny
I'm gonna
Petty.
do mine.
Anybody want to come with Manny Petty?
That's funny.
Free mani petty sponsored by Structure.
So, Mr. Mortgage, what's new in the mortgage world? Anything new that we need to hear about besides the hike that we already expected?
Well, as far as programs and stuff like that, yeah, it's nothing's new has
Nothing's
really
new.
come out. The rates seem to be the topic of conversation all the time, market fluctuating, all that stuff. So we keep track of it. We do our best to price our loans as low as possible to keep people interested and make it affordable for them, right? So, so yeah, I mean we're on it. The market itself seems to have settled in terms of people accepting the fact, like Jaime said, that you know we're settled in the 6% range.
We're in the sixes.
Yeah, in the sixes, and that's where we're going to be in the foreseeable future.
Hey, I remember when I bought my house a couple years ago. I think it was our first house. I think I got a rate of like 6.5,
Right.
and I was ecstatic. I
Yeah.
mean, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm like the best."
I
credit
have
history in
amazing
the planet.
credit.
Like, you know, what are y'all gonna give me now, right? So yeah, I mean, but
I tell you what,
Babe, you married up.
yeah,
You're so lucky.
Yeah,
Super,
no,
yeah.
I mean, I locked in somebody at a 5.99, and it was like I you know, it's like they won the lottery. Like,
The office is celebrating.
Yes.
We got a
popping
fireworks at the
champagne
back.
and stuff. I mean, but the reality is, the interest rates historically we're still at an all-time low.
Yeah.
Even at the 6%,
Yeah.
even at the 6.5.
Yeah.
You know?
relatively in a low spot in
Yeah.
terms
You
of
know,
historical.
We just got you
trends.
flowers with a
We
2.75.
People need to get over that.
3.5. Yeah.
We're not see those not in our lifetime.
Yeah, it's gonna
They
be
came.
tough. But
They came for a while, but
They came and
they're gone.
Took it great.
Yeah.
yeah. Now
And
what
it-
we're seeing is people, and Jaime, you could probably speak to this. From what I'm hearing, is people are that have taken those terms and they bought their homes at 2% or whatever interest rate they got, and they bought it at the right time. They're having a hard time letting go of that and selling it. And so new construction is the trend or the foreseeable trend, because folks that had locked those terms in when they could are going to be hesitant to put their homes for sale down.
well, this is the
For
thing
sure.
is for the person that owns a home and that bought the home at that rate.
yeah.
I would say if you're looking now at investing,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you can get a HELOC on that interest rate. Am I wrong? Like,
No. If you get a new loan, it's a new rate.
it's a new rate. Okay, so you can't
So
piggyback
they're-
off of
they're-
your
no,
own.
no,
No.
There's second lien home equity loans out there that you could probably tap into if you have enough equity in there. So, but it would be a small amount, like whatever equity you have. There's second lien and home equties out there that you can keep your existing mortgage rate and do a second lien type of equity.
So
loan.
it's really tough to capitalize maybe on
On-
if you if you got that low interest rate.
Right.
You know, for somebody that's maybe
there are,
looking
there
at
are
investing.
other home improvement
or
types
home
of loans
improvement
that
type.
you could do to help improve your home, but to cash in and try to invest in something else, you'd have to take new terms.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
so people will hold on to those for a while, and they may
It's
they
tough
may
to let
think
go.
twice about selling, but that's where new construction comes
Yeah,
in.
if new construction is the inventory, right?
Yep.
Realtors,
Right.
build
Yeah.
relationship
Right.
with your builders.
Yep.
That's where the new inventory's
Exactly. That's where the new inventory's
at.
at.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where it is, man. So
Mr. Jaime, what do you,
Yeah.
Mr. Jaime?
How do you feel about
How
that?
do you, what do you see, Mr. Jaime?
Well,
you're
going
on the
back
field.
to building the relationship with your builders, you know, I understand that it's really important to do that, but at the same time, you know, Dan and I have been in great communication with some stuff that we're working on, and at the end of the day, like I said it on my podcast, it's really important for me to be in the game, because in the end, it's really important that
Yeah,
everybody
Jaime calls me
wins.
all the time. Sign it, Sign it now. Sign it now.
Outside your office.
I'm not-
Outside your office.
I'm not even in the office or anything.
Sign it now. You woke up at 6:30 today.
It's Sunday at 8 a.m.
Mind
I
you.
know. He's like,
well, wait.
I'm at church, Jaime. But he's, sign it now.
Oh, then he says, I'm like, you literally send a message at 6:30 to the group. It's 7. Can you sign it? Bro, I woke up to use the restroom. I went back to sleep. That was his excuse.
That's what we're talking about.
But anyway, going back to, being in communications with the builder and being in partnership with the builders, it's really important that, we all work together. And like I said at the very first time when I was sitting here in the podcast, I'm not here to take the whole pie and eat it. We want to make sure that it's a win-win situation because the ones that put out all the work is you guys as builders, but at the same time, we're doing the legal work. We want to make sure that you all get paid at the timely and on a timely manner. So,
Yeah, like
we
Jaime's-
have a chat right now
Yeah.
with a
On our own,
project that
yeah.
we have together, right? And Jaime sees it.
Yeah.
Like
He's
the
like-
builders go through
he's-
some shit, man.
He's all like in all the time. Jaime is like professional all the time.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
Like, I want my money. He's like, sign it now.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, let me look at it.
don't look at it. I got you.
I don't know what I'm signing. It
trust
doesn't
him
matter.
100%.
I already read it for you. Just sign it.
Good.
Roddy does the same thing.
He's like,
Gomez does the same thing.
like,
My
I
other
appreciate
brothers do the same thing. They're like, I didn't look at it. Everything looked good. Everything looked good.
It's because that's what it takes.
That's why I
bro.
have
That's what
Jaime.
it takes.
I honestly don't look at it.
That's what it takes.
Yeah.
No, but there's a certain level of trust, and if you,
there is.
I know where you live, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, like 12% commission? Well, what?
You never said this.
You didn't say anything about that.
It looks like you're paying for drinks for the next 12 years.
It was just a $90,000 check.
Oops.
What are you talking about?
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Con tan poquito lloras.
So
No, but I think that SCBA and all the builders and all the partners are doing a great thing. I really, really do believe that.
and here, so I'll chime in on this because you kind of touched on it a little bit. Like part of the reason you have such a great relationship with builders, bro, is that you get it. Like you understand what we go through.
Yeah, of course.
And I think
You're
people
on
have
these
seen
chats.
that.
I
Honestly,
am. I'm in chats with all my clients and
chats.
all my builder chats and
Construction going,
right.
how complicated
And-
that is.
right.
and people are seeing it, bro. And I'm gonna tell you this: I've had people contact me on Monday. And Ronnie and Efrain will attest to this. I believe that people that want to come in, they're going to come in on their own.
Absolutely.
And they're going to come in and they're going to see that the value is there. And I've had more people in realtor world, brokers and stuff, that are like, hey, they're seeing this and they're like, okay, like,
but we were
and they
talking
call
about
me. They're
Fox-
like, are you
Fox
realtor
Realty's
friendly?
gonna
Of
box some
course, there's enough for everybody to go around. You know, like this is not like we're not going to segregate
Nick Abdul's
anybody.
coming in?
Yeah, yeah. So it's
Yeah, of
like
course.
there's because they see it and they see the connections and they're like, okay, well, there's something. They say that you have to repeat the person that is winning.
And you have to mirror the person in front of you.
Yeah. So if there's somebody
We just
that's winning,
We just spoke about that.
Yeah.
You have to mirror your client 100%.
Yep.
And it's really important that we all get that.
yeah,
Absolutely.
It's like I said, STB, it's speaking for itself. After the tournament, dude, I had people call me and they're like, hey man, congratulations on the tournament. You did a great job. I want to join.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I have
People
another
are
construction
telling
company that's coming in, Arixa, or what is it called? I can't pronounce it.
Arriba?
Arixa, or it's like
me. Probably Arriba
ARRX,
Homes,
something like that. Yeah, I can't pronounce it. They called me. They're joining STBA.
Yeah, they're like, who's that guy Mario? He's so handsome. I want to meet him.
Thank you. I could have won best dressed, but Jaime showed up, so. But it's good, man. It's good.
Absolutely.
Very great.
Can't wait for the gallery to come up. That's
Yeah.
The gallery's exciting.
Excuse me?
You're going to send out sponsorship?
Yes, sir. So we're gonna have a magazine for the gallery. This year's front page logo is gonna be STBA.
Can I be on the front page?
You can of the calendar.
I love you, bro. I love you. You know what? Look, honestly,
Let's just show his
honestly
cast.
gets like Jaime gets it, bro.
Yeah.
He's not scared to sponsor.
No.
Oh yeah.
It was even at that. I'm always in competition. Even at that
Give it to me.
last
Yes.
year, I was like, okay, what is it going to take for me to be the number one sponsor? and I reached that
Great.
goal.
That's great.
But it was because again, I was giving back to the people that have fed my business.
I expect to see a full spread
Bro,
on the
I
magazine
still
for
have
Pyman.
your the welcome
the mats. Yeah.
I still have it.
Right. Airbnb.
You'll see it every day.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
It's still at the office, and it's funny because now we have a different real estate group at the office.
What did she say?
She took it off.
It's not, no longer mine.
It's not there anymore.
It's a competition. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay, Jaime.
I walked in and I was like, it's gone. I was like, what happened? But
Hey, but it's mine though. I want it back.
I don't think it doesn't matter. Like
Let us know what opportunities there are for sponsorship.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're here
I'll have
for.
the sticker too. The welcome
Oh, yeah.
sticker.
yeah, no, and all that Mr. Paco's gonna take care of all that good stuff. And
You
it's
know
gonna
what?
be
A
good.
doormat with a big one, like what's the bow tie right there? That'd be awesome.
Sir, those are mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did the sticker.
Don't take the doormats away.
Sticker in the front.
Can you do an eternal doormat?
Hey, but the message is still the same. Builders are artists, and the homes they create are art.
Yes, sir.
And I was so proud that the board chimed in.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm so proud. of that.
And for people that are wondering
the
about
message,
that,
bro. We gotta keep going.
we have a committee that is self-appointed. That was open to anybody in STBA that wanted to show up,
Yeah.
and it still is open for anybody that wants to show up at our meetings. It's always on the chats. We let people know, hey, we're having meetings. There's no how do I say it, like exclusivity on who's going to show up. It's just open. Any member can show up to the meetings. Any member can have an input because it's all for you. It's all for the members. The gallery is for the members. The reason that the committee decided that it would be better to have awards and make it a competition because they thought it would bring the best out of everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is.
And
It takes out the best of everybody. Just not even in your personal life. When you have somebody who's kind of like, hey, you know, I'm this or that, even at school or whatever, you want to do better. You want to do better all the time.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
It does.
Yep.
but it's about pushing forward.
Yep. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see the competition aspect of it. I can't wait to see what's going to be built. And I think it's going to be,
I think when
It's
you
gonna be
create
good.
a sense of competition, you level up a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
Our chat that we have on a daily basis in the morning, there is a certain level of competition, right? Because I don't want to get left behind, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit! If we're doing shit, I gotta do something. Even if I act busy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We gotta do something.
Let me move my arms.
And
at least just to look
that's
good.
even before, like even when you were kids.
Yes,
You still
yeah.
competed.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what, this guy runs faster than me. I'm gonna run faster than him next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this better than him. I'm gonna
Yep.
play baseball. We play baseball better than him. Like, that's the way to, because everybody wants to be competitive.
You just
You want to be the best of what you want to do.
It brings the best out of people, truly. And you've kept at
Nobody
every
was
event that
pushing
we've
you,
had, you
then-
keep putting that message out. Is that you just want to, you want to.
I believe in
rise up to that
competition.
occasion.
I believe in competition. That's why me, on a personal level, I compete and I put myself through competition very frequently, whether it be on the mats with jiu-jitsu or on the golf course, because I've changed my life around. You know, like I like to believe that I was my mom. I was my mom's problem child. You know, like I gave my mom a run for her money.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Like I was out there.
I don't believe it.
I mean, like what?
Your problem, bro. Were you one of those kids that were being at the
For example,
Nah, just like
On top of the couches and running around.
It took me a while to find my place in this life and to know what I wanted to do, and it's always been right in front of me.
There you
I
go.
just never
And you're gonna be
never
dad
appreciate
soon.
it.
So
Yeah, man.
congrats, brother. You gonna be that?
I'm gonna be a girl dad.
Girl dad.
Yeah. You fuck yeah.
Congrats, brother.
I'm gonna have a little girl,
Yeah, dude. There's something better than that, dude.
baby girl.
A baby girl, bro.
hey, you're gonna have a baby
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a baby boy.
You're
too.
gonna have a
Yeah.
baby
My
boy
first
for the
baby
first time.
boy. Yeah, dude. I had 4 girls and then finally my boy.
Hey, did they twist your arm and changing the name?
No, I'm still,
Not
still
yet.
the same.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they want to change it, but no. it's still
Well,
the same.
yeah, you gotta put your name on
Yeah,
that, bro.
You have to, dude. Yeah, definitely.
/Wolf. Dan Wolf. Cantu.
I don't know. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be close. I don't know.
He has to be born on a full moon.
I won't know until I see him. I guess until I see him.
That's awesome, man.
That's
Yeah.
gonna.
Either way, they're all good names.
Yeah.
They're all good names. Yeah.
That's
I always said in Sergio. Sergio was like, "Wow, That's a strong name.
It's like the strongest name ever. What was the name?
It's like Logan Leonidas.
Wolverine, Batman.
Like Hercules, Samson.
His name is the Batman.
Logan Leonidas.
Logan Leonidas, Iron Man,
Cálmate, Marvel.
That's not so part of
Wolverine.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's a real strong name.
Real strong name.
He's gonna come out.
Can we sponsor the names?
Hey, you sponsor a name, go for it. He's gonna come out with a 6-pack, like 300.
He's gonna be released to the wild at age 7.
Yeah. Vámonos, ponle,
Go figure it out.
It's the HOA will take care of you.
That's funny.
You need to charge. You just need to charge HOA wherever you go.
No, dude.
It's good time.
No, but if everyone has kids, everybody wants them to be healthy, and like that's the
Of
best
course,
thing.
Yeah.
Your kids are healthy, you're happy, they're happy. Like,
Before I found out I was gonna have a girl, they were like, "What do you want to have? What do you want to have?" And I was like, "I don't care as long as it's healthy."
You're healthy, then
And we had the reveal, and Servi went to the reveal, and my girl's best friend was in charge of the reveal, and I remember we were standing in front of it. We had like the baby thing and all this stuff, and then they did the reveal. We were pulling something out of a box, and it's like, well, it doesn't say what it is. Like, what the heck? And I don't know where we have our dog running, and our dog's dressed in like all pink stuff, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a girl, like, and that, to me, it's like, I kind of, and it was weird, bro, because I had, prior to having the reveal, I had a dream that I was having ice cream, and there was a little girl next to me. So I remember I was like, man, I had a dream, but I mean, dreams are dreams, right?
No, bro. Look, I had a dream about my when I had my firstborn. I had a dream about Cannon with blonde curly locks.
wow,
And I swear to God, he had them.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, he does have locks.
And when he was a little baby, like he had blonde golden locks. Yeah.
Wow, bro.
Dude, but welcome to the club, bro. Because you're gonna be a father soon. Here we go. When November? December?
December 18th is
December,
her due
there you
date.
go, bro.
Another Sagittarius.
And
Do I have a dad bod yet?
You will
work on that dad
You will
bod,
soon, bro. But that's the
Hey,
whole
we'll
point,
start
dude.
working on it, bro.
That's the whole point.
We
Everyone's
can
like,
help you with that.
Pues, what are you here for? Pues you're here to do your legacy. You know?
Yeah.
Your next of kin.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
We talk
If you're
about
not here to take care of your kids, then that's what you're here for.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what
We
it is.
talk about legacy a lot.
We do.
We do, right? And it's what are you leaving behind? You know,
exactly.
you can accumulate materialistic stuff, you can whatever, but at the end of the day, it's okay. What are you leaving behind? You know, what story are you leaving behind?
Yeah.
You know, the kid's gonna have a good image of their dad. You know, what is it that you're leaving behind, right? So, you know, it doesn't matter. You know that you can say, well, I'm working really hard because I want to, you know, take you guys on
You
trips.
have to give them the tools to be successful adults.
Yeah. And they're
Right.
going to say,
You know?
well, we didn't ask you for the trips. We just wanted you.
Especially here in the valley.
Yeah.
Everybody in the valley is like, you know, oh, pues so and so and this and that. But you have to give them the tools to succeed, to be successful adults when they grow up, just like you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you gotta be.
Absolutely, bro.
Man, what a great podcast.
Yeah, man, for real.
That's a good podcast. Number 14.
Number 14.
Who would have thought? Remember when we had the conversation we were going to do this or not?
But now you're on 14.
No, we're on 14.
weeks later, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's insane.
I know,
3
man.
months and a half.
Time it disappeared.
It's following my girl's pregnancy. No, I'm playing. We get to see you.
Is it really? Or what?
Nah, but it's almost there.
I wish you the best of luck, bro.
Thank you.
Like it's gonna be awesome when you're the first time dad. Like man, that's incredible.
Now, Ben, you got
You're
support,
gonna
dude.
be like a different person.
I was telling him a little while
Just
ago.
like
yeah.
everyone watching, like it's. I mean, you're a father. That's the manly thing to do, bro.
Someone told me today, and it was really weird to hear, but someone told me today, and the person I was talking to goes, "You're 30, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm 30." And he goes, "Man, I got my girl pregnant when I was like 20," and I was like, "No, but if when I was 20, I wasn't ready for any of that."
Yeah.
And
Well,
he
you're
goes, he's like, "I would like to say I wish I would have waited." He's like, "But it was the best thing that ever happened to me."
Yeah, of course.
He's a single. He's a single dad.
Yeah, of course.
Shout out to my boy. He ended up taking his girl in, And I told him, I was like, I don't know why God did things the way he did, but I'm just grateful that at 30, I feel ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not scared. I'm just like, dude, I can't wait to meet her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just like, dude, I'm just ready.
That's
Like,
awesome,
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet her. God's blessed me with a beautiful soul to have this child with. My girl's
You know what?
a beautiful soul.
It's another life, bro. Like you start living through your kids. Like they do something, they do something. They win an award, you win the award. Like,
Yeah.
Because you like feel that
Yeah.
if they won, you won
Right.
because you helped them. You know.
Right.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm telling you. You gotta give them the tools to win.
Yeah.
Like that's the way it is, dude.
Yeah. I
So
remember
you
having
can't-
those conversations
yeah,
with you
yeah.
years back.
You
Yeah.
feel that way. It's like another life. Like you're winning through them. Like
Yes,
it's
sir.
amazing, dude. It's really amazing.
I'm excited.
You're a kid again.
Well,
Through them.
I'm gonna be having a diaper party, so you motherfuckers better show up. I need you guys there.
Yeah.
When is it?
Efrain's in charge of it.
You're doing really good.
He told me we're going to Tulum. I don't know.
That's a restaurant there in downtown. Peñitas.
That's the thing about Efrain, man. I was like, hey, man, I want to do my gender reveal. And he's like, my house, bro. Do it at my house. I was like, wow. Like, thank you, man.
And it turned out
And
great.
it turned out amazing.
It was great.
It looked
All the
amazing.
time, it was amazing. And then, like weeks later, I was like, hey, thank you so much. People were still talking about it. It was great. It was amazing, dude. And especially since it was a boy. Like, so
it was even better.
It was even better, dude.
Yeah,
But thank you so much.
For all
thank
you
you right
guys.
here in front of everybody. Cause
No,
I really
yeah,
appreciate it.
for all
It was
you
amazing.
guys. I mean,
And Vicky too. Thank you, Vicky, for everything. Yeah, it was.
we had a great time.
Yeah, it
That
was.
was
It
a
was
lot
a
of
great
fun.
time.
How did I end up
pretty
without shoes? And I don't even.
Hey, Peter,
And in the pool.
Peter Vargas brought a whole banda.
He brought the
and
whole
then
banda.
the banda showed up and everything.
That
It
was
was like
cool.
really great.
Man.
Awesome.
Peter Vargas and Winchie.
And Wincy.
Yeah, that's true.
Those
Texas
are-
Blast. Shout out Texas
Hey.
Blast.
He's
Windsor
amazing,
Express.
bro. Carlos is
Well, Carlos has always been,
he's
stepped
as
up, bro.
best as they come. And I'm telling
He's
you,
one of
like,
the he's one of the good ones.
yes, sir. And the day I was telling him that they broke the window or whatever. Dude, I called Carlos, and Carlos was like, "I got you. Don't even worry about it. It's already fixed.
No way.
It's already fixed.
Wow, from
It's
the tournament?
from the
Hey,
tournament."
I'm still waiting for my window to be fixed. I was about to say, bro. Can you please call him and say,
We had a couple projects, and I'm like, Winchie, Jonathan, everybody from Texas Glass, what's up?
How is this happening?
I'm gonna take this window from Ron.
that was my window.
It's Mario. I gotta take care of my boy.
Sponsored by Kozo.
And that's the best thing about STBA because you have all these people like connections and people to
Yeah,
talk
ready,
to.
bro.
everything.
And I told the
Ready
owner
to help,
That's
bro.
amazing,
I told the owner of the
That's
house,
amazing.
I was like, if this would have happened to you in any other tournament,
of course not.
I would have felt sorry for you. But,
2 months later, it's still not
you
fixed.
you know,
Wait, we didn't have that guy on the podcast.
for real. That's true. Take a picture of him pointing at the window. It was fixed in 3 days. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's great, dude.
Yeah, it's already done. It's already fixed. Man, but thank you for everybody that showed up for today's
Thanks,
podcast.
guys.
Thank you for being a part of the
Thank
podcast.
you for having me. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Thanks for
I
this
think
place,
that
Thomas.
personally think that you're a good man. I think
Definitely.
you're a
He's
great
one of the
friend,
good
bro.
ones, bro.
You're one of the
great
good ones, bro.
Those are the great
Yeah.
ones. Not just that.
I appreciate you for the person that you are and your advice. You always have very positive things to tell, and that is very hard to come by.
That means a lot. I mean, it's great.
and the hair.
And the hair.
Yeah, I want to add to that because we were just over at his house not too long ago, and I was telling him and his wife that their energy and their positive attitudes always brings us as a family in a positive way. So yeah, it brings up
Elevates.
the spirits exactly. So there's that Spanish saying, "Dime con quién te juntas y te diré quién eres," and it really means a lot to hang around with people like Efren because he does bring the best out of you.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
yeah, so.
Which reminded me, this was right after that Raptor thing that we did. So it's like, hey, he was with his wife and his kids, Lombardo.
That
and
was
Bruno.
great, by the way. Just so you know.
It was badass. Yeah.
I want to be a part of it next time for
Yeah,
sure.
so
We're gonna get
hey,
bigger,
Sergio,
bigger,
you got
bigger,
a
bigger.
hey, Sergio got a Raptor.
Yeah.
You know,
Amazing.
Oh, ya compró una.
See?
By the time
Yeah.
you know it, it's gonna be like 30
Yeah.
plus.
No, so it was okay. We came back from that was a cool event. The first it turned out really badass. We met up with a lot of people and stuff. we get back and we're talking about, hey, what are we gonna do? Well, just come to my house. We'll have a barbecue. Well, when this thing finished, I was tired. I'm like, you know what? Let's just buy food and we'll just whatever. It was what, like 6 o'clock? 2 minutes later, it was 3 a.m. For real.
We blacked out.
For reals. It was
And I left, dude. I was gonna be there. I left. I was like, I'm too tired.
GPI.
I went to sleep,
Dude,
You left, bro?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, because I was ready for the in.
Nah.
Yeah.
And we went to his house, and I'm like, I can't.
At the golf
No,
tournament,
yeah, for
at the
real.
golf tournament, Dan got on the mic at the golf tournament, and he was like, "Yeah," and I was like looking around. I was like, "Okay, there's no one here, perfect." And then he was like, "I'm leaving. I'll see you all later." And I look back, and I'm like, "Okay, he's gone." Next thing you know, he's right next to me, like, "What the fuck?" Like this guy hasn't left.
No. If you want to have the formula for like a crazy time, a crazy cool time, get Dan and a mic together. it's golden.
It is golden.
Hey, before we wrap up, I know it sounded like you were getting wrapped up, but I do want to introduce my family. If you guys have a minute,
come on.
if you can spare a minute for your father. So my kids, they came by, right? And my wife,
Trey.
Victoria.
Yeah, let's go here.
Pick a seat. Pick a seat. Pick a seat.
Come
You want to sit over
Hey,
here?
Put
You
the
want to sit
headphones
over
on.
here?
Come here. Here, come sit over here.
Invite your wife.
I'm not sure why she didn't come.
Do you not love me?
Excuse me?
Do you love me or no?
Ready?
Yeah.
Put on the headphones.
There you go.
Headphones.
So these are my kids. My oldest, Efrain the third. You call him Trey. Sophia, talking about being a girl dad. She's my little princess, and she knows it. And this is Henry.
Yes,
Henry's the one that wants to be a builder.
Yeah. Well, what do you? Well, let me ask him. Let me ask him.
I like the hair you got going on.
Have you thought about what you want to be when you grow up?
Not really.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. So he's still in that process, right? Sophia, have you thought about what you want to be when you grow up?
No.
Not yet. You said you wanted to be a veterinarian at some point, or not anymore? She wants to be a veterinarian only for pretty animals, not the gross ones.
Yeah.
Only for cute puppies. And then Henry, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A builder.
Right here. There you go. Say it.
A builder like my dad.
You want to be a builder like your dad? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, that's great. I mean, but yeah. So.
What do you want to be when you
I don't want to grow up.
Yeah, but anyways, this is my family. This is my motivation. This is why I do what I do, and this is why I wake up early, why I go to sleep late. Anyways, thank you guys for being my source of motivation. Yeah. So.
We love you, babe.
We appreciate y'all coming. Your dad is an amazing person. We love and respect him tremendously. I think everybody can vouch for that.
We have nothing but love for your pop.
Yeah. He's a great man. Good dude.
What do you say? Thank you. Thank you.
I like the fact that you're already a cowboy.
You already got it going on.
You already got it going on. I see it.
We're gonna go to a game this year.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah.
You want to?
Anything you want to say, Vic? No.
You're putting me right on the spot.
Well, we're getting ready to wrap up, so.
Well,
no.
you know, we had we're running some errands in Edinburgh, and I'm like, okay, come on, guys, we have to hurry because at 3 o'clock we gotta listen. So we're in Edinburgh, and then, Mom, it's already 2:30. Mom, it's almost 3. I'm like, I need gas, okay. And so we're there, and we start listening, and they're all paying attention to the phone, and then the signal keeps going out, and we're like, oh, let's move over here, let's move this way, and then like let's just go, just go. So we drove in traffic over here, and we're like, we're so late, and we were sitting out there for a while.
Oh, really?
But I wanted to bring the kids so they could see you do this.
Okay, cool. Glad y'all made it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the podcasts that we had, some of the initial podcasts that we had, right? We had it was a recurring theme, right? Behind every great man, obviously, right? It's something that's been said forever and ever. It's not something new that we've come up with. We've just been able to witness it, especially in the podcasts that we do. Behind every great man, his ability to do what he does, obviously, requires a great woman at his side. And so, kudos to you too, Vicky.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for
you.
helping
And you
us
know what? He doesn't have
with
me.
his dude.
I'm not behind him. I'm right next to him.
Yeah.
That's where he wants me.
You're by his side. Yeah,
right by his side. No, yeah, I think this is so cool though that you let the kids come up here. So I wanted them to see this. I want them.
Yeah.
I think this is so cool what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
It's
cool.
really awesome. Yeah.
Cool. We'll let you end it, bro.
No, I mean, thank you guys for being a part of my life. Thank you guys for motivating me from the bottom of my heart. Everybody that's still here, people that may not have been able to make it, to all the people that have have been a part of my life from the beginning, have shaped my thought process, have shaped me as a person, as a personal level, and on business level. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I mean, to everybody. So, thank you.
Awesome, bro.
Well, thank you to everybody that tuned in today. Thank you for being a part of it.
We still gotta give some away.
And we got a little giveaway to give away. How many comments we got on this one? We got 5,000? I knew it.
14,000.
14 comments. This is not counting repetitive people. Okay, so just so everybody knows.
14 people have commented.
14 people have commented. So what we like to do, we're going to spin the wheel, or how are we going to do it? Or how about we got 14, 1 through 14? Or mix them up, and we'll have can we let Mr. Gomez pick a number?
We'll let you pick a number.
All right, here, hold on. So we're going to pick a number between 1 and 14?
Me too.
One number. I said we let the baby pick the number. How about the
Trey's gonna pick it.
Trey's gonna pick it then? Hold on, they're counting over there. This is a very serious matter.
It's a big deal, bro. It's $150.
It's $150.
I can take it.
It's a gift card of $150 to wherever you want to go spend.
I can take it.
Yeah.
Trey, you need that money. Trey does not need that money.
Hey, I like your
I
shoes,
should
bro.
have commented.
Thank you.
How old are you?
7.
You're 7. What do you do?
Plays Fortnite.
Plays Fortnite and sports.
You play sports? You like sports? Yeah. You play some golf? Yeah?
I like golf
You
and
l-
soccer.
That's what I'm talking about. I see you working out. Your dad posted you working out. You do some CrossFit. That's what I'm talking about. You got the same hair. Yeah, nice. How old are you?
12.
You're 12? What's your name?
Sophia.
Sophia? What do you do?
I do softball.
You do softball. You like softball?
Yeah.
Yeah. You play any other sports?
No.
No. How old are you?
I'm about to be 13 years old right now in 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
And I like to play soccer a lot.
You like playing soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I
It's
like
been
playing
my
soccer.
sport ever
Yeah?
since I was like 5 or 6.
Nice, bro. So, what else do you do? Just soccer?
Yeah, just soccer.
You like golf?
Yeah.
Get into it.
All right.
You'll be able to play it along and when you're older, when your body aches when you wake up. You don't want to get there. What are we looking at, boys?
We're putting all the names together so that we can do just a kind of a random.
Okay, so we're going to do a random draw.
No, I mean, we can pick one, but
Oh, okay.
we're going to list them.
Okay. So you guys are in school?
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
I'm going to 7.
7th grade. What grade are you in?
2nd.
2nd grade, bro. You big, bro. What do you mean you're in 2nd grade? You could tell me you were like a 4th grader or something. Man, what grade are you in?
8th.
8th grade?
Yeah.
So next year you go to high school?
Yep.
Yeah? You ready?
No.
No? You're going to be what? A Westlake what? You're going to be a Panther or?
An idea student.
Okay, you're going to go to IDEA?
Yeah.
Good.
I want to move to a different school.
Where do you want to go?
No idea.
No? No idea.
No idea.
So
You-
from idea to no idea.
No idea, yeah.
Okay, but you want to do the public or the private?
Public.
Public, hardcore. Yes. You. What about you, bro? I feel like you're the rebel of the family. Like you really don't care, huh? You don't care. Nah. You're just gonna follow your dad around. Yeah. I do the same, bro. That's your teacher right there. That's life's teacher. Life gave you that teacher. Remember that. Yeah. But you got a middle name? No. Here we go.
The list is set.
All right. So 1 through 12. Are you ready? Well, we're spinning it. Oh, okay. We're spinning it.
Call it when.
Okay.
Okay, so one of y'all want to come over here and click the spin button?
Go click the spin button. It's 150 buckaroos.
Ready?
Here we go.
So this is live on Facebook.
That's cool.
Garcia.
Who is it?
Garcia.
Rini?
Rene Garcia.
Rini Garcia. I think he's an agent.
Rene Garcia.
Right? He's an agent.
Congratulations, Rene Garcia.
Who's Rini Garcia?
Tell him what he's won, Bob.
What did he win?
You won a $150 gift card to the choice of wherever you want to go.
What is it? $150 like a Visa gift card?
It's a
or what?
Visa gift card.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, did y'all chime in? Did I even have a chance or no?
Did anyone comment on that?
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Renee.
All right. Sorry. That scratches Renee out. Oh, sorry, Renee.
Whatever. Judges.
Nah.
Okay, new spin.
New spin.
That was from last week. Sorry, guys.
That was last week's.
There you go.
Go for it. Here we go. We're spinning it again. Ding, ding,
live?
ding,
This show
ding,
live on
ding, ding, ding.
So it's a live wheel.
Ding, 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 ding.
Mabel.
Who?
Frank Mabel.
Frank? Mabel?
Frank? Yeah,
Frank Mabel.
I haven't heard that.
Awesome. We got new viewers. Great.
Awesome.
Frank Mabel. Congratulations, $150.
Hey, contact us so that we can get you that gift card.
Frank Mabel is South Texas College, Dog County. He's married. He likes line walks on the beans.
Hi, Mom.
He uses Pantene as well.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Felicidades. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You know him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So family from Reynosa, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So contact us so that we can get you that gift card.
Frankie Mabel. International, baby.
We're crossing waters.
Yeah. Felicidades, yeah. Congratulations. Yeah, cool.
So thank you to everybody that tuned in today.
How do they pick up that
Just contact me. I
Okay,
can
cool.
definitely meet you up, or you can.
How do they contact you?
You can call me at 956-388-0705. I'm available at all times. I always have my phone on me, so don't worry about it. Thank you for being a part of the podcast.
Awesome.
And thank you guys for showing up today and being a part of it. And Miss Vic, thank you for bringing the family over. I think this is the first time it's ever happened on the podcast, and it was beautiful to see. And thank you once again for agreeing. I know that I have been trying to get you on for a while now, but I think that God has His perfect timing, and it worked out the way it should have been.
Great.
Yes,
It
sir.
worked out really great. So thank you for having me, guys. I mean, as always. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Cool. Thank you, bro.